app and sign up with promo code JQ to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Harry Douglas here. And when you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. So what ends up happening is you do a few push-ups and sit-ups in your room, you run around the block and just skip it entirely. Lame. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover there's a fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and power your bis and tris the right way and de-stress with some cardio. The choice is yours, folks. Tonight, La Quinta, tomorrow you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
I'm rebooting my life, John. Believe it when I see it.
It's the Wabba Grill Lunch Hour with Mason and Ireland. Wabba Grill. What's their secret? It's in their sauce. Their sauces are more flavorful for you. From sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Wabba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Wabba Grill. It's for you.
Mason.
I've got to clean up my act.
Ireland.
I'm just a dope.
The Wabba Grill Lunch Hour is on right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Gang's all here. Andy in for Mace today. Andy Kamenetsky, for those of you who don't know Andy. He, besides being the number one pinch hitter around here, is the host, along with his brother Brian, of the Locked on Lakers podcast, which I would imagine has never been more popular than it is over the past couple of weeks.
Zdravo to all our new fans. We've gained a lot of folks from Slovenia, also Ola, because Luka played with Real Madrid. A lot of Spanish-speaking fans as well. Luka's fluent in many languages.
And you can get that podcast, Locked on Lakers, anywhere you get your podcast.
Anywhere you get your podcast.
And I've heard a rumor, I'm sure you can confirm it, that there may be a YouTube component.
There is a YouTube component for the sickos who like to watch.
There you go. So be sure. And by the way, tonight wouldn't be a bad night for you to discover the Locked on Lakers podcast because, Andy, I cannot wait for this game.
It's going to be...
I haven't been this excited for it. This, to me, feels like a playoff game 2 weeks before the playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, there are big implications for both teams tonight. Putting aside the whole LeBron v. Steph, how many more of these games are we going to get that have actual implications? Like, you cannot take that for granted where either guy is in their respective career. Like, there will not necessarily be that many more of these. This is going to be a good night.
All right, we're going to talk about that in a second, what this means for both teams. But let me take care of a little bit of business first. Lie of the day. At some point today, I am going to lie. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say something that is blatantly untrue. If you can identify my lie of the day, thanks to our friends at Rigorer, who are the people that make Austin Reeves' shoes, you'll get a $50 gift code to Rigorer.com, and then tomorrow, the grand prize winner will receive a pair of Austin Reeves signed AR2s. We've got them, Andy. These are the ones. They're the ones he wore for his brother's gender reveal. The pink and white ones that he wore in Indiana. They are signed by Austin. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see them. Great-looking shoes. We're giving them away tomorrow, and in order for you to qualify to win, you got to win Lie of the Day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So today's your last chance to qualify for the shoes. And we're going to do that at 2:30. All right, at 1:15, Laura, is Cori Close still at 1:15?
Yes, she is.
All right, the newly named Associated Press Naismith Coach of the Year in women's basketball, Cori Close, the head coach of the Bruins, who takes UCLA into the Final Four this weekend against UConn. Paige Beckers, Gino Auriemma. UConn, despite the fact that UCLA is the 1 seed and UConn is the 2, UConn favored by 7.5. Of course they are.
Well, a lot of lines are set by gambling, and
right.
In particular, the casuals who gamble. The casuals who gamble, they're going to go towards UConn because all they know is UConn dominates women's basketball.
All right, so that is coming at 1:15, Cori Close. Andy's game today, Michael and Pepe will both be in, so we've got a ton of stuff to get to. But let's start where you went, Andy. The implications, the ramifications of this game tonight. If the Lakers win, the Nuggets lost again last night. I talked about that in Super Crosstalk. They basically threw a game away. They benched their whole team. against San Antonio, and San Antonio took advantage, and the Nuggets are now a half game behind the Lakers. But if the Lakers win, they stay in third in the West ahead of Denver and could put themselves on the other side of the bracket against OKC. In your opinion, somebody that follows the Lakers on a daily basis, how important is that to avoid Oklahoma City for as long as you can?
I think it's hugely important because OKC has clearly been the most dominant team in the West. Like, to put this in perspective, the Lakers are, I believe, 17 games above 500. Like, that's a really good record.
And they're still 13 games behind.
Yes.
The Thunder.
I mean, like, that's the type of gap that we are talking about. OKC has been totally dominant this entire year. Now, granted, we have not seen this version of the Lakers versus this version of OKC. So we don't know exactly how the matchups play
By
out.
the way, they're going to play twice next week in OKC, Sunday and Tuesday.
And I imagine that at least one of those games, Mark Daigneault is going to play his actual team.
I think it's going to be Sunday, the nationally televised game on ABC.
I would be stunned. I mean, beyond what the league wants with the nationally televised piece of this, I think it would be bad strategy of Mark Daigneault to basically sit his players and possibly play the Lakers in the postseason cold, like with no information to go off at all. I don't think that's good strategy.
Yeah, I think there's more likely the chance that he would play his guys both games than not play him in both games.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I understand if, say, there are injury concerns or you want to get guys rest, whatever, but the idea of I don't want to reveal too much, don't overthink it. You want to get information, as I think is more important than withholding to your opponent.
All right, so LeBron and Luka, when the Lakers made the trade, everybody who has a brain said, I can't believe LeBron and Luka are going to be on the same team. That's going to be awesome. But there were a lot of people, particularly on ESPN, who said, it's probably not going to work because they both need the ball. So why does it work? LeBron gave a really interesting answer. He restarted his podcast, Mind the Game.
Yeah.
Steve Nash replacing J.J. Redick. I'm going to play a 1-minute clip from LeBron here, talking to Nash. And this is very, very good news if you're a Laker fan. The reason that LeBron and Luka don't need the ball is that LeBron has willingly given control of the wheel to Luka. Listen to this.
I'm able to adapt to whatever position that needs to be done. And in this case, understanding how great Luka is, how on the rise Austin is, I can do things that affect the game still that benefits our team. And like you said, being able to come up and set a pick and roll where it's a switch league, and but to be able to pick and slip or pick and hit the short roll. Now, what I do best is even more unlocked. So you're giving me a pocket pass, and now I'm playing the 4-on-3 game.
Right, 100%.
I'm playing the 4-on-3 game where I have, I've gotten the ball from Luka in the pocket or AR in the pocket. Now I get to read and decide what these three defenders are going to guard me with the ball, two guys in the corner and a big and a dunker or small and a dunker.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick you apart.
Right.
So, Andy, in other words, he's not only not fighting Luka for the ball, he's welcoming it. That's huge if you're a Laker fan.
I don't get there were reasons to wonder whether or not, if nothing else, this season they could win a championship. Like, did they give up too much defense with Anthony Davis and Max Christie going out the door? Is there enough time for them to gel? Will Luka be healthy enough quickly enough? Like,
all legitimate questions.
Those are legit questions. But the idea that LeBron would fight for control of the ball, he had been giving up control to Austin Reeves over the last year and a half. He wanted the Westbrook trade, which was, and I thought at the time, a terrible idea. But the only reason you lobby to bring in Russ is to give up that control. It's not like you're bringing in Russ to be an off-ball threat. You're bringing him in to handle the ball.
But please no.
All of the signs had been there of LeBron wanting to cede some degree of control and also efforting. Like, this makes the game easier for LeBron.
Which is why, by the way, you've kind of gone where I wanted to go. LeBron has been improved defensively.
Yes.
Because he's not exerting as much on offense.
And
it's fascinating.
His defensive commitment, I think more than anything else, has been the key to the Lakers picking up their defense, because if he's playing his ass off defensively, nobody else has an excuse.
By the way, just to get in tonight, $357 to sit in the last row of the 300 level. The most expensive ticket in the NBA this year for any game is tonight, Lakers-Warriors. All right, coming up next, we're going to talk about the Dodgers, who can literally do no wrong. They should have lost about 6 ways to Sunday yesterday, and of course they didn't. First, let me tell you about ZipRecruiter. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. If you're hiring, we don't leave anything to chance. They have an algorithm that you can use for free that allows you to identify the top people for your roles quickly. Just go to this website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. Let's say you're looking for somebody. ZipRecruiter will send you immediately, because it's computerized, a bunch of people whose qualifications fit the roles you're looking for. And you get these quick. How quick? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate on the first day. So quit messing around and use ZipRecruiter. Again, here's that web address, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Mason in Ireland, Andy in for Mace, Laura's here, Brian's here. Loaded today. Michael will be in, Pepe will be in, Cori close at 1:15, Sports Graffiti at 1. Andy's game today. We got so much stuff. I don't know how we're going to fit it all in. ESPN LA.
The fun way to drive home is with Sedano and Cap.
Weekdays after Mason in Ireland.
I'm not really a pecan eater. In fact, I'm not even sure if you put a lineup of nuts, I don't know if I could identify the pecan.
Costco's got a
yes, really? Yes, you can.
You can.
It looks like a little wrinkled nut.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, no. Cappy, you don't like a wrinkled nut.
That's a drop somewhere.
No, it looks like a little wrinkled nut, huh?
Sedano and Cap today at 3 p.m.
on 710 ESPN.
Calling all Angels fans. Visit Pechanga Resort Casino on Saturday, April 5th for a limited edition Pechanga Angels jersey. Simply show your club card and receive a free jersey while supplies last. Visit the club for more details. Show your love for Angels baseball and Pechanga all season long. Don't miss your chance for a free Pechanga Angels jersey. April 5th, Pechanga Resort Casino, proud sponsor of Angels baseball.
Hey, basketball fans. John Ireland here. You've seen Austin Reeves rise to the occasion, and now he's bringing that same drive to his latest signature shoe, the AR2s from Rigorer. Built for speed, support, and all-day comfort, these kicks are made for players who never back down. Austin was involved in every step, making sure the AR2s match his game. Tough, versatile, and ready for anything. Go to Rigorer.com, RIGORER, and get your pair today. Rigorer.com.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. Now open 24/7. Enjoy Century Bar and Grill's flavorful menu for lunch or late night dinners. Catch up with friends on game days while watching your favorite teams, or unwind and enjoy live music and crafted cocktails inside the Rays Lounge. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, located next to SoFi Stadium, the Forum, and the all-new Intuit Dome. Hollywood Park Casino must be 21 plus to enter. For more info, go to playhpc.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Laker fans, game day just got better. Meet your new go-to snack, BB Go, the official game day snack of the Lakers. When it's time to cheer your team on, fuel up with something delicious. With Bibigo, you get mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Whether you're hosting a watch party or relaxing solo, Bibigo makes it easy to enjoy authentic, bold flavors without any effort. Keep your freezer stocked with Bibigo's delicious range, like their mandu, the largest, juiciest dumplings you'll find anywhere. Full of savory fillings and crispy on the outside, they're perfect for game time. And remember, Bibigo just isn't about great snacks. It's about a whole new level of flavor. It's minimum effort, maximum taste, every time. Find Bibigo in the freezer aisle of all major grocery stores. Grab your Bibigo, get ready for the game, and make every day delicious. Bibigo, making the whole world more delicious, one bite at a time.
You're checking out the Waba Grill Lunch Hour here on Mason and Ireland.
Sup, people?
Why do they grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Their Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins, fresh steamed vegetables, and signature sauces. Download the Waba Rewards app today or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you. Just like Mason and Ireland are for you.
Tell me if I'm weird here. Don't answer that question.
You're weird.
I knew that was coming.
The Waba Grill Lunch Hour rolls on right now.
All right, gang's all here. Brian's here. Laura's here. Andy Kamenetsky filling in for Mace, and we're loaded today. We talked a little about this in Supercross talk. So I'm watching the Dodger game last night, and they look like the bad news Bears in the first 2 innings. They're kicking the ball all over the place, Andy. They make 3 errors. Max Muncy had 2 of them. Andy Pajes should have got another error. They didn't give him one, but they weren't doing anything right. And they fall behind 5-0. And they, kind of climb back in. Tommy Edman in the 3rd or 4th inning hit a 2-run home to make it 5-2. And then Michael Conforto, I think in the 4th, made it 5-3. And the game's moving along, and all of a sudden, with 2 outs in the 8th, they get a 2-run double that ties the game at 5. And in the 9th inning, Shohei Ohtani is the first batter up, and the Braves have their closer in, a good closer. I say to myself, no way they give him anything to hit. First pitch.
Fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Ohtani, inevitable.
I mean, come on, man. If I turn this into the people you turn all your commander-in-chief scripts to, they'd say, this is too natural, too Pollyanna, too pie in the sky, and they do it again. Are you even surprised at this point?
No, I'm not. I tweeted out after the game at Cam Brothers, the Dodgers are now committing errors just to give opponents a false sense of hope.
I know.
It's crazy. Like they're just stringing them along. It's actual cruelty.
Laura, did you go?
No, I didn't go, but I had something to add to what you were saying because they're 8-0, right?
By the way, best start by a defending champion in Major League Baseball history.
But think about this. They've trailed in 6 out of their 8 games. They were missing Mookie for 3.
Is that true? They've trailed in 6 of the 8.
Yes.
Wow.
They've missed Mookie for 3 games. Freddie has missed 5 games. Their starters, their pitching starters, haven't pitched into the 6th inning, and they're 8-0.
Again.
It's wild.
I mean, come on.
I think they are half-assing it, intentionally tanking certain things just to see, can we wiggle out of this one? Can we wiggle out of this one? Like, they're just making it interesting for themselves, and they are mind-bleeping the rest of the league.
They're giving us drama.
Yeah.
We love the drama.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And every time you think, okay, they've won 7 in a row. They're okay, so they're going to lose 1 game, no big deal. You're thinking, like you were saying earlier, well, they're only 3 runs down. Well, they're only 2 runs down. Oh, God, here comes Ohtani in a tie game. What else could happen?
This is the best thing about this team. Like, they are eventually going to lose a game. They're eventually going to lose multiple games because it is impossible to go 162-0. But what's really fun about them, if you're a fan, you can be as prisoner of the moment as you want in the positive sense because this team is a lot of fun. They're clearly great. Soak it all in. Enjoy it. But you cannot be prisoner of the moment negatively game by game because they always have a chance to win.
And another way of putting that, you're a fool if you turn the game off.
Yeah.
If you think, they're not coming back tonight, not their night. I'm leaving the game on, and even if they fall behind 10-0.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't be stunned if one day they come back in one inning down 10-0.
Look, them getting down 10-0, it's like that line from Leonardo DiCaprio in Django Unchained. Like them seeing themselves down 10-0, it's, you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought up movies, because I specifically held this story until you came in, because I know you, like me, are a big moviegoer. Val Kilmer died 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch his documentary?
Yeah.
It's great.
It's terrific.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I think, is it on Hulu or?
I think Amazon.
Yeah, whatever it's on, find it.
It's
Just type
called
in,
Val.
Yeah, just type it in. He at that point of his life, he had lost the ability to speak. His son speaks for him.
Yeah.
But it's a really thing. But here's my question for you, Andy, as a movie buff. If you told me best Val Kilmer performance ever, okay, I think I would go in some order, okay? I would go original Top Gun when he plays Iceman. I would go where he plays in the Western.
Tombstone.
Tombstone.
Doc
Holliday and Tombstone.
Great.
would be in there as well. But if I do that, if I decide between Tombstone and Top Gun, I'm leaving out Heat.
He is so good in Heat.
What's number one on that list, or should be number one on that list, in your opinion?
I think it's probably Doc Holliday, because as much as people remember,
and by the way, I'm a little partial to The Doors. I would have that in the conversation too.
I think a lot of people actually would go his performance as Jim Morrison, because he's the lead,
and he was like channeling it.
Yeah. He was spot on in the way he played Jim Morrison. I think as much as people remember Iceman, it's a pretty small part. He only has about 10 or 15 minutes of total screen time.
What I would say is every time he's on screen, he's going toe-to-toe with Tom Cruise.
He's great.
And I would say Kilmer steals every scene he's in.
He is as memorable.
You ever seen the movie High Fidelity?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Watch Jack Black in that movie.
Absolutely.
He steals every scene he's in. You can't take your eyes off.
A couple other Val Kilmers I would recommend. Like, my favorite of those three is Heat, that you named between Tombstone, Heat, and Top Gun. I think probably the general consensus is the best overall performance of those three is Tombstone. Few others I would recommend to people, like early on, Top Secret and
Real Genius. Yeah, when he was goofy.
Goofy's funny. Watch a movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Him and Robert Downey Jr. and Michelle Moynihan. It's a Shane Black movie, so it's like a buddy cop type thing.
Right.
It's really funny. He plays an openly gay private investigator named Gay Perry, but he's like this no-nonsense, super tough detective, and he plays opposite Robert Downey Jr., who is a very loose, sloppy PI. The two of them are so funny together. Also, I'm blanking now. There's another movie of his that I absolutely
So, do you ever listen to the Rewatchables?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the Bill Simmons podcast where they go over all the old movies, they love Heat. It might be like their favorite movie ever. They've done Heat. They've done Reheat.
I know.
Yeah, they're all
I've read the Heat prequel sequel book.
So, good. So, here's my problem with recognizing Heat as Val Kilmer's best performance. They have a category on the Rewatchables saying only one Oscar, who gets it. In that movie, I think it's De Niro.
Yeah.
Even ahead of Pacino.
Yeah, I would agree.
And so that's why I would, like, if you were going to give one Oscar, who gets it for The Doors, it's Val Kilmer.
But that doesn't
for
necessarily...
Tombstone, maybe Val?
It's for Tombstone, it's Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Well, there's a lot of good performances
There
in
are,
Tombstone.
but the best performance in Tombstone is Val Kilmer.
So that's why I would put those slightly ahead of...
But yeah, definitely recommend Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Definitely... Heat, like we've been talking about, is fantastic.
Yeah, he great actor, and got dealt a very unlucky blow late in life when it was throat cancer that got him.
Throat cancer, and unfortunately, and this is something his family talked about. Like he's a Christian Scientist,
so he didn't use modern medicine
for a while. They eventually, I think, his family eventually got him to do either radiation or chemo or whatever. But there is a chance, at least from the way they've talked about it, that it might have been too late. He hung in there for a long time. And he was, again, a really, really good actor. He got into Juilliard at 17.
Yeah. And you could tell he could play serious, he could play goofy, he could be a leader, like leading man because he's really good looking.
He could play weird.
Yeah, great actor. Hail fellow well met to Val Kilmer. Coming up next, we'll spin the wheel of questions. We'll get Laura in here. Reminder, I'm going to lie at some point. I may have already lied, but if you can identify my lie at 2:30, you qualify for a pair of signed Austin Reeves Rigorer shoes. That's Austin's new shoe company. He designed these, the AR2s, himself. And I just texted with him. He's excited we're talking about these things. And the ones that he signed to give to you guys, we're giving them away tomorrow, are the ones that he wore for the gender reveal for his brother's baby in Indianapolis, the pink and white ones. So that coming up. Sports Graffiti at 1. Cori Close, UCLA head basketball coach at 1:15. Andy in for Mace. Laura's here. Brian's here. Wheel of Questions next. ESPN LA.
It's a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win and experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego, from up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There is more to explore than ever. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Listen all day to win from 710 and SeaWorld. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Here we go on a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday. Here's your cue to call. Caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN right now. You win a family 4-pack to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego. Call now for your chance to win on a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. On 710 ESPN.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
At Hyundai, we make a big deal about the little things, like the little fact that 9 Hyundai vehicles have earned IIHS top safety picks this year, and offering a little thing called America's Best Warranty, because delivering safety and quality, pretty big deal. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer today. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey.
Test drive a new Hyundai today at your local Hyundai dealer, where every Hyundai comes standard with America's Best Warranty, plus 3 years or 36,000 miles of complimentary maintenance. Visit buyhyundai.com to find the dealer nearest you. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We're everyday people doing good in our community. Our kindness runs deep, just like our blood. The same blood we donate to help treat sickle cell disease, which hits Black people the hardest. Good news is, 1 in 3 Black blood donors is a match for someone struggling with sickle cell disease. Stand tall in the eyes of your community. Donate today because our blood saves lives. Visit redcrossblood.org/ourblood to make your donation.
And it is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
That's a dumbass question.
It might be. You know, I'm getting used to it.
What do you got?
All right, guys. So actually, Ireland, I thought about you when I saw this question come up on the wheel.
Okay.
So maybe a month ago, I was at a Laker game and I was taking a picture with Ray on the mic, and you did an amazing photo bomb.
Oh, I remember that.
Amazing photo bomb. Okay, I posted the picture. So I came across an article that had Obama, ex-President Obama, accidentally photobombed a family picture in Washington, and it went viral. And I was like, why would you be apologizing? You're Obama. I would love for you to be in one of my photos. Like, photobomb all you want. But I wanted to know if you guys could have one person to do an epic photobomb in a picture.
Well, this
who
is
would you
great.
want?
This is a really good question.
Thank you.
This is great.
I do have some. See, Stephen A., I got some.
Okay. You can only have one.
Just one.
Well, instead of just saying Kate Beckinsale, which is who I really want, but I think like one person to get the biggest reaction out of my friends.
Living?
Yeah, living, yes.
It's got to be somebody living. I think.
Not it would be Prince for me, or Selena.
It was going to be Prince.
Yeah. I think just to get like a ridiculous reaction out, because I've got one with LeBron. I've got one like I was walking off a plane and it's just me and LeBron.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
And it looks like I'm photobombing LeBron's picture. But I think I would. Is there a. Well, no, that would get political. I don't want to. I was thinking that it would be good. I think I would do it with Denzel.
Oh,
I
that's
think
pretty great.
I think most people would go, what is he doing with Denzel Washington? Who would you do, Andy?
You know what? I was just thinking about, like, in terms of artist or athlete or somebody that I really like, but also the randomness of it and, like, how interesting it would feel like if that guy or that woman was photobombing me.
Right.
Like, how random. Daniel Day-Lewis.
That's a good one because he's so hard to get.
He's such a recluse, does not seem to be into any of that stuff. If all of a sudden Daniel Day-Lewis decided to randomly, goofily photobomb me, that would be great.
Brian, who you going with?
First thing that came to my mind, if I want to get the most eyes on this and kind of go viral,
yeah,
Taylor Swift. I feel
Smart.
like that would blow up, and my face would be everywhere.
And she seems like get it. She would probably pose for the picture.
she'd do
Laura, who
something
would you
funny.
pick?
So I wanted to go someone that would get a lot of eyeballs, but I feel like me having like a Shohei he's funny and goofy, so I'm like, I would probably do someone that I love, and I would do like someone that you don't see anymore, and that would be like a Jay-Z, because I don't really see him out a lot anymore. Like, he's out in the news, but not really out. So I would do like a hip-hop artist.
That'd be a good one.
All you would have to do is actually find. I did when I was the Lakers sideline reporter, and remember Denzel did a movie called Inside Man?
Oh, yeah.
He was in New Orleans, and that movie was with Clive Owen, and he was at a Laker game. We go, hey, can I come back from this time out with you? And he did it.
Denzel
So I had if somebody took a picture of that, I could probably get a
Denzel
picture of
one
me and
time was with Brad Turner, who covers the Lakers for the LA Times.
Yeah,
He's
BT.
been around forever. He knows everyone. Like, he's got a good phone in terms of contacts.
Right.
I don't know if he and Denzel are close, but they clearly have a rapport.
Right.
And Denzel accompanied BT into the press room during halftime, and I ended up sitting at a table with Denzel and some other people just talking NBA, talking basketball. Super cool. And do you remember when the Dodgers were celebrating, I think it was the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking the color line, and they
well, Jackie Robinson Day is coming up, in 12 days? It's on April 15th, or it's always on tax day.
They did this big presentation on the field, and do you remember, like, they generated these mixed reality images on the field?
Were they like holograms?
They looked like holograms. It's called mixed reality, and Denzel gave a speech. Like, he basically narrated the presentation. I did work with the company, the Famous Group, that put that together. They specialize in mixed reality type presentations. I wrote the speech that Denzel gave, which to me was amazing. It's one of the career highlights I've ever had.
Really?
That's so dope.
And someone from MLB rewrote a little bit of it, but I was there for the genesis of it. Like, I wrote the overwhelming majority of things that Denzel said which to me is just like, I cannot believe. First of all, I can't believe that Denzel looked at this and didn't reject it.
Right.
Because he's seen so many great scripts. I was very nervous. He'd look at me like, who wrote this trash?
Right.
But it was seriously, I geeked out seeing this.
That's a very cool story. Is he the most famous person you've actually spoken to?
The most famous person I've ever spoken to? He's up there.
I've spoken to 3 presidents. I've spoken to George W. Bush. I've spoken to Barack Obama because I got to go with the Lakers twice to the White House when they won championships. And I once, before he was president, I once interviewed Donald Trump in Madison Square Garden in a courtside interview.
I have never met a president. I've met a man that ran for president and lost. When I was about 10, I met Walter Mondale. I got a photo with him, and I apparently jinxed his run. But most famous, I mean, Denzel, we're in a weird space because somebody like Kobe or LeBron, they're worldwide global icon status famous. But if you remove athletes.
Yeah, because you and I have been in the presence of a lot of athletes.
Slash one time at Barney's Beanery, my coat fell off my chair.
I miss Barney's Beanery.
Yeah, it was so random. I was sitting at a table with some people, and I guess my jacket had fallen off my chair, and somebody taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Is this yours?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, thanks." That's Slash.
No kidding.
Slash picked up my coat and asked me if it was his. Nice man, Slash.
Do you remember Leroy Neiman, the painter?
Oh yeah,
famous painter, Red Dot Sports thing. So. A buddy of mine owned an art gallery in Beverly Hills, and he calls me and he says, Leroy Neiman is going to be in my studio on Thursday if you want to come by and, he'll do a story with you, a TV story. So I say, okay, and I get a cameraman and I go down there, and Leroy Neiman's in there. He was painting a picture of Shaq. That night he was going to the arena, and so I said, what do you look for? And
I think I know what photo you're talking about,
Yeah.
or painting you're talking about with Shaq.
So, and Tim, my friend who owned the art gallery, said, I've bought 2 courtside seats, one for me and one for Neiman. He's just going to take a sketch pad. He's going to paint. He's going to draw a Shaq, and then he's going to paint it. So I walk in, and talking to Neiman when I walk into the art gallery is Sylvester Stallone. It's because he had drawn Stallone for the Rocky movies,
and Stallone is a big art collector,
right? And so I said, Sly, I'm doing a story on Neiman. I won't ask you any questions about you. I'm doing a story on Leroy Neiman. And he goes, I'll tell you anything you want off camera, but nothing on camera. He wouldn't do it.
Did you actually call him Sly?
I did.
Ooh.
Does he prefer to be called Sylvester?
Oh, it's not even that.
He was introduced to me as Sly.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different. If he was introduced, I was just going to say, if you've never met him before, I think calling him Sly out of the gate's aggressive.
No, they said, John, this is Sly. And I went, of course.
Well, that's different. That's different.
Pleasure to meet you. And he was doing a movie, an IndyCar movie called Driven.
I've seen that movie. It's him and Michael Caine.
Yeah. And no, Michael Caine's not in that one.
I think he is in Driven.
No, well, if it's the one I'm thinking of, unless I may have the name of the movie wrong. This was a movie with Kip Pardue.
Yeah.
Michael Caine's not in that movie.
I thought he was.
But unless he's like one of the race car owners or something.
I thought he was. Maybe I'm. No, you know what? You're correct.
Yeah.
You are correct.
But there's a bunch of, like, Gina Gershon's in that movie.
Burt Reynolds is in it.
Burt Reynolds is like the.
Yeah. I think I am conflating the remake of Get Carter, which is a Michael Caine movie, and they were together in Victory.
By the way, you ever meet Burt Reynolds?
No.
Met him at a Laker game once. Huge sports fan.
Oh, yeah. He
played football at Florida State.
Yeah, he was an FSU quarterback.
Yeah, and he couldn't have been nicer.
He was the most, to this day, I think he's the most realistic quarterback in a movie. Like when you watch him.
Are you talking about Semi-Tough?
No,
or Longest Yard?
Well, either, really.
Yeah.
Like when you watch him, you can tell that's somebody that threw a football at a high level.
And there was probably a time for about 5-6 years where he was, if not the biggest movie star in the world, in the top 5.
From like 77 to 82 or 83.
The Smokey and the Bandit era, Deliverance.
He was
Longest Yard.
He was massive.
Okay, so this reminds me of if you haven't seen this, go back and watch this because I know your taste in movies. Did you ever see a 6-part miniseries on Paramount Plus called The Offer?
No, but I want to see it.
Yeah, it's about how they made The Godfather. Mm-hmm. And the reason I thought about this is because you brought up Longest Yard. Al Ruddy, who's played by Miles Teller in this miniseries, does The Godfather, gets it done through a bunch of hurdles that I won't spoil in case you want to watch the miniseries. It ends. Godfather's considered to be the greatest movie ever made. And they say, we're going to make Godfather Part 2. And they go to Al Reddy and they say, we want you to produce it. And he says, no, I'm working on something else. It was The Longest Yard. He gave up the rights to the Godfather sequel to go do The Longest Yard. Great movie.
I was going to say,
but not Godfather 2.
It really speaks to how big Godfather 2 was because Longest Yard was a big hit.
Right.
Like a massive hit.
And the remake Sandler did was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. All right, coming up next, Sports Graffiti. Your chance to join the show and say anything you want. You can talk about the Lakers, the Dodgers, you can talk about movies, talk about me, Andy, Laura, Brian, whatever you want. Laura will pick up the phone. She'll ask you your name, and then we go. You got 20 seconds to say whatever you want. Sports Graffiti next. Cori Close, the college basketball coach of the year, will join us at 1:15. Mason in Ireland, Andy in for Mace, ESPN LA.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason in Ireland.
Did you see Young D's new tattoo?
I did.
He's very proud about the lion.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, look at my lion.
I told him, I said, DeAndre, it's a very cool looking tattoo. I mean, you can see how brand new it is. It's got that 3-dimensional thing where it's like above the skin right now. And then it's got all that glazing all over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This show, from what I've caught up on, likes to glaze.
Loves glazing.
Yeah.
Big glazing show.
But I said to DeAndre, I go, getting a tattoo all the way down your arm is one thing. I go, bro, but once you start getting them on your neck and they start creeping up on your face.
I don't think he was going to do neck or face.
Oh, that was never in the
I don't think he was going to do that.
I mean, I got one good buddy.
Yeah, why are you going down a path?
Because
I was
trying to
I'm curious.
Hey, DeAndre, don't get a face tattue.
Well, I was trying to tell that young fella.
DeAndre, don't be Mike Tyson.
Well, I was trying to tell him. I'm like,
did you think he was going to do teardrops on his face? Or?
No, I'm like.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College Bibo's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Desi Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Moses Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Mason in Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
Oh my, am I really on Mason in Ireland show?
Yes.
This is a great moment. Hey.
Right now, more of Mason in Ireland on 710.
All right, before we get rolling on Sports Graffiti, Andy, you have a correction, a retraction.
I do have a
one of each. What do you got?
I have a correction and retraction. Thank you to Jack Rivas in the Mason and Ireland chat. Burt Reynolds was a running back at Florida State, not a quarterback.
And I think he was a running back in semi-tough, too, in the movie,
well,
if I remember correctly.
He is definitely a running back in the longest yard, although he's a lot of a running quarterback in Florida in the longest yard.
Yeah.
So that could explain
Great movie,
some
though.
of that.
All right, let's get to Sports Graffiti. We'll lead off with Harold. Harold, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
John, real quick, I got 2 things. I don't think the Dodgers should be going to the White House. I totally disagree with their decision. That is tradition. That's a bunch of bull crap. I'll take it off the air. But I think Adam Mara leaving UCLA is another thing that really bothers me. I'll take it off the air.
All right, thanks, Harold. Adem Mara is going to be a big loss for UCLA, and I could not disagree with you more about the Dodgers If you're invited to go to the White House, regardless of who the president is, you should go. I've been twice. It is a spectacular honor. It's not a day where you discuss foreign policy or any political positions. I read the column by Dylan Hernandez in the LA Times. Couldn't disagree more with him. Couldn't disagree more with you. I have absolutely zero problem with the Dodgers or any other team going to the White House, no matter who the president is. Andy, what do you think?
I mean, I have no problem with athletes or teams deciding they don't want to go. Like,
Me either.
I think depending on your feelings of a particular administration, the reasons may feel to you bigger than politics. That being said, though, and I do not know this for a fact, but if I had to guess, I think the Dodgers are deciding to go, at least in some part, because it's just simpler. And when you take into account the immigration policy that, is not my words, asked the Trump administration, very aggressive, and like the Cuban and Venezuelan players that they have, I've already read before baseball is concerned about certain immigration issues. You don't want to piss off this administration. I think it's just simpler to go, get it done, everyone moves on with their life.
I see your point, but I think teams and champions, like if you win a golf tournament, a tennis tournament, whatever,
Sure.
If you get invited, it is completely up to you, and I'm not going to criticize you whether you go or you don't go. But for me, who was a history major in college, it was a tremendous honor, and I'm really glad I did it.
No, that's fine.
Let's go to Frankie D. Fresh. Hey, Frankie, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
What it do, babies? It's your boy Frankie D. Fresh, and big shout out to AK. You let me wear your glove during the softball tournament last year.
Nice. Very nice.
And anyways, so I know everyone's stoked for the game tonight against the Golden State Warriors, but tomorrow I'll be in the building for the New Orleans Pelicans game. Kind of sad they shut down their star power, like no Zion, no McCollum. But I was wondering, what do you think the chances of seeing the star power from LA tomorrow is?
I would be surprised if they sit both LeBron and Luka, but I wouldn't be shocked if they sat one of them.
Here's actually the guy that I wouldn't be surprised if they sit Rui, because Rui is still, by his own admission, 70 to 80% on that knee. He's the guy that I think is most likely to sit if anyone is.
And strangely, I have a feeling if they win tonight, they're more likely to sit people tomorrow night. If they lose, they're less likely.
You get the luxury of being able to do it tomorrow, or at
Right.
least think about doing it if you win tonight.
Right. Let's go to Tim. Tim, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, y'all. Just want to give a shout-out to my alma mater, UC Irvine, who will be playing in the NIT championship game, taking on Chattanooga. Zot. Let's go, UC Irvine and Eaters. Thanks, y'all.
All right, we got it. All right, we're going to call an audible here. Cori Close just called, and she's online, and you do not keep the reigning Naismith Coach of the Year waiting.
No.
So we're going to do Cori now. And Cori, congratulations. Could not be more excited or more happy for you on both your honor and your trip to the Final Four. How you feeling?
Man, it's a little overwhelmed, honestly, but it's been a whirlwind, but so humbled and thankful and excited for this opportunity for our program. And it's been almost indescribable. Really cool experience.
Like this experience now, before we even get into the upcoming matchup and the season as a whole, like it's such a great moment for women's sports, like at all levels, high school, college, pro. What is it like to be part of a team that's succeeding this well at women's sports at this moment?
Well, it's like, you've been scratching and clawing, trying to grow women's sports and the exposure and trying to become an asset, something that's worth investing in, not a charity case. And I feel like we're hitting this tipping point and I'm able to watch it. And it's such an honor to be a part of it. And I was just at a ceremony, actually, that was honoring assistant coach on our staff, Tony Noonan, who was Division I Assistant Coach of the Year for the WBCA. And then they were announcing all the divisions. And I looked at, man, what a time to be a coach in this incredible game. What a time to see the opportunities that are coming to women. And, this is never something that I want to take away from the men's game. I'm a huge men's basketball fan. But I think that it's time that women rise up and be a contributor into this incredible sports landscape. And I'm getting to watch it in real time.
It's really cool. Cori, I watch more women's games than men's games in the tournament, and it happened organically. I mean, I didn't sit down and say, I'm going to watch more women than men. I just kind of got hooked on your team. I'm a UCLA grad. I got out in the 80s. And I'll tell you a story you can appreciate because I think you were playing at Santa Barbara around that time. Billy Moore was the coach. Jackie Joyner-Kersee was one of our best players. Wow. And I'm now the Lakers announcer.
Is that not crazy?
Corey, get this. I'm now the Lakers announcer. My first 10, 15 games I ever did as a play-by-play announcer were those UCLA women's teams. And I'm not exaggerating. You were there for some of this. There were maybe 200, 300 people in the stands.
Right.
And I look at your games this year, both when you played at Pauley and when you played at the Galen Center, and you're sold out. There's 13, 14,000 people. Have we reached the point now? You mentioned that you've been scratching and clawing for a long time. Are we there? Are we past the point where you have to sell it anymore? Do fans consistently come to your games? Or do we still, and we can help you with this, by the way, do we still need to push do we still need to push your team and push women's basketball in LA, or is it already here?
Both. I think we have spots. We have spots in which we are here, right? That not only were both those games versus USC sold out, but it was the who's who.
Right.
It was, Celebrity Row. It was unbelievable. It was not sold out that week. It was sold out over a month beforehand. I mean, it was really great, but we didn't sell out in the NCAA tournament, which blew me away, and
weird.
Here we are, in this incredible situation and in the NCAA tournament, and we didn't sell out the second round. So all that to say is there is still work to do. I think it's a great thing is for women in college is that most of them stay obviously the portal adds some adventure to it, but most women stay for 4 years. So you really get attached to their journey. You get a sense of how they've grown and how they've changed, and they get a chance to contribute to the communities. And I think that's a really special thing. And so, we still, obviously in LA, the entertainment, capital of the world, there's a lot of competition for the entertainment space and time and dollar. But at the same time, I do think we've made huge strides, but we got to keep pushing. We still have work to do, and I appreciate your guys' help in helping get the word out.
Speaking of the attachment to the personal journey of these players, Lauren Betts is having an incredible season, incredible career. It can be easy to forget that last season she missed 4 games to focus on her mental health. And without getting into the particulars of her situation, what does it say just about her character and perseverance that she was able to work through the issues, thrive at this level? And do you think it can provide hope for other people grappling with whatever in their own lives?
Yeah, that was I was just on a press conference with her, and probably more people asked about that, and I would encourage anybody to go to ESPN and find the article on ESPN.com. And it's really it was very courageous to be able to share her story in the way that she did. But what's been really neat about it is that there's nothing like having a really courageous moment and then learning that it really helped somebody else in really deep, dark places. And she's had several people reach out to her, and a couple that said, you know what, knowing your story may have saved my life. And,
Good for her.
So I just think, sort of that phrase, the truth shall set you free. I think she's lighter. I think she feels really good about what she did. And I think that, I think that's one of the reasons she's playing better.
Cori Close, the National Coach of the Year in women's basketball. She has led her Bruins to the Final Four this weekend where they will take on UConn. Let's talk a little bit about your team. Cori, if I would have told you that Lauren Betts is only going to play 6 minutes in the first half and Kiki Rice is going to go 1 for 7 from the field, but you're going to win, would you have called me crazy?
Yes, I would have, but a little less crazy after the Big Ten championship game where we beat, USC, but we got out rebounded. We turned the ball over, over 20 times. All of these things happened, but we just played so hard and played such great defense that we did. I would have said, you're nuts. But now I'm like, well, anything can happen. There's lots of ways to win.
Right.
But obviously, it was a little scary when Lauren got that second foul, and you could tell Kiki was struggling a bit. But, we've been talking about our depth all year long. And someone asked me today in the press conference, they said, what is the biggest sacrifice and the biggest character thing that this team has chosen that has led you to this space, which I thought was a great question. And the answer to that is to have this many All-Americans and this many talented players, and to choose selflessness, that we have a phrase, sometimes you, sometimes me, always us. And that second quarter of that game against LSU with Lauren out, it was time to live that, time to take it as not a saying you say in press conferences, but you better live it. And it's next woman up mentality. And people stepped up. to Mia Gardner, who had a really tough game.
Great.
Yeah, she had a tough game against Ole Miss and then respond in such a major way. And, she was incredible. I thought Janiah Barker came in and gave us a spark, even though she didn't make her free throws. She got herself to the free throw line, and she got them in some foul trouble. So just different people stepping up throughout the game. And, it's one of those things that we really do believe that if someone's having an off night, somebody else will step up in their place.
Without giving up too much of the store in terms of strategy, how do you go about approaching a team like UConn?
Well, we're such contrasting styles, right? Their biggest thing is the two biggest stats you need to know is that when they win, they're over 38% in their three-point attempt rate. So that means, 38% of the time is that possession is ending with them shooting a three. So it starts with not letting them get comfortable and not even letting them get as many threes off as they like to take. And the second big thing that is they're really small, and we're going to obviously try to dominate the glass and try to get the ball inside to multiple people. And when UConn wins, they find ways to defensive rebound. And when they lose, they're in a much lower percentage of missed baskets that they get defensive rebounds on. And so it's going to be really important that we use our size, our depth, that we are crashing the boards, getting us extra opportunities. We're not as efficient or a great shooting team, but we usually create extra possessions by the way that we rebound. And that will be a really important piece. They've got great players. But I tell people all the time, we're not playing the UConn of the last 20 years. We're playing this UConn team.
Right.
And, and our players are, really, really good. And we're the number one seed for a reason. And we've earned it. And so they are hot and they're playing very, very well. But, it is going to be which team can play to their identity for a longer period of time. And I believe that, if we play with aggression and connectivity, I think we have a really good shot to come out on top.
We're talking to Cori Close, the head basketball coach of the UCLA women. They are a number one seed in the Final Four in Tampa, taking on UConn this weekend. Cori, I've called a lot of Kobe's games. Now I call LeBron and Luka. You really can't stop those guys when they're on offense. You can only hope to make it hard for them. Is Paige Beckers like that? Like you do have to accept she's going to score and you just want to make it harder? Do you feel like you can stop her?
No, I don't think you can stop her. And because not only is she such an elite scorer and so efficient, but she's an elite passer. And I actually coached her in USA basketball in the U19 World Cup. And we needed her to make an elite pass in order for us to go into overtime versus Australia that led to us winning the gold medal. And, the reality is that not only do you not just stop her, but you got to really make her uncomfortable and disrupt vision because she makes everybody else around her better. But that being said, they have no answer for Lauren Betts or our length or our posts. And so they have great players. AZ Fudd, Sarah Strong, Paige Beckers are their big three. But we've got plenty on our side. And they're going to try to press us and put pressure on us in the backcourt so that we're not able to find our bigs in the front court. That's going to be so if we can take care of the ball and really attack and burn them on that, that'll be a big piece. But both teams have so many weapons. I mean, you're in the Final Four, for goodness sakes, right? Everybody's going to be good. And we just are really focused on, we need all 13 people committed to being stars in their roles, committed to showing up as the best version of themselves and doing whatever it takes to earn another chance to go 1-0.
Just curious, you played basketball at UCSB at the same time the co-host of the Travis and DeMarco show, Travis Rogers, was at UCSB. Like, athletes often know each other. Do you recall Travis at school? Did the entire university
Corey, tell him no one goes to the baseball
Oh, come on.
games.
I'm sure everyone went wild when he was throwing junk balls. I mean, do you remember the campus just shutting down and watching Travis?
Yeah, there was just flags coming out of all the dorm rooms with his picture on it. You know, it was just you couldn't contain it. It was just everywhere. I had to go away just to have my own identity come out. You know,
you're only human.
You know, exactly. You know, you just can only do so much. But hey, I am glad to share the Gaucho spirit.
Corey, we could not be more excited. By the way, let me end with this. I feel like I should, as a UCLA alum, I kind of want to do my part. Am I allowed to can I help you recruit? Like if you had a recruit that wanted to be a sportscaster, would I be allowed to have her come to the Laker game and sit next to me and shadow me, or is that a recruiting violation?
Yep. No, it would not be a recruiting violation. So we'll have to work on that.
Yeah.
So, or sometimes it's not after. Yeah, I appreciate that, and I may take you up on that because more and more people are interested in that space, and so don't worry, I won't forget that you said that.
All right, they know where to find me, Corey, and I cannot tell you how much we are behind you this weekend. I beat UConn. Go win the whole thing. Congratulations on your award, and please enjoy this. You never know when you're going to. I have a feeling you're going to be back a lot, but you never know. You know that from your playing days. So I hope you and the girls enjoy this, and go beat UConn.
All right, thank you so much. We'll try to live in a good, healthy tension between the preparation and the joy. So thanks so much for having me, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, Corey, good luck. There is Cori Close, the National Women's Coach of the Year. Pepe Mantilla walked in during all that. Pepe, have you seen the UCLA women play yet?
I want UCLA to be the Connecticut like you have no idea.
Oh, good. Me too. Yeah. Because UConn's cocky. They got Gino. Paige Beckers is a great player, but, they've won 1 million Final Fours. Give us one.
I'll put it this way. I went to SC. I'm even rooting for UCLA to win this. I mean, come on.
I was hoping USC beat UConn so we could get to see UCLA again, but we didn't get it.
Look, man, if Juju had stayed healthy, maybe it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it happens.
All right, so listen, since we cut Sports Graffiti short, we'll give you a second Sports Graffiti. We'll do it next. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. We'll take some more of your phone calls. And then coming up later on the show, remember, Lie of the Day's coming at some point. Andy's game today. And we've got a ton of other stuff going on that we got to coming up first. Let me tell you, Andy and I were just talking about BB Go off the air.
So good.
Yeah, BB Go is very addictive. It's the official game day snack of the Lakers. When it's time to cheer on your team, fuel up with something delicious. If you're going to watch UCLA on Friday against UConn, get some BB Go. Mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Whether you're hosting a watch party or relaxing solo, BB Go makes it easy to enjoy authentic, bold flavors without the effort. Here's the best part about BB Go. You throw this stuff in your freezer and you just leave it there. It's there whenever you need it. You heat it up. My favorite thing is Mandu, M-A-N-D-U, the largest, juiciest dumplings you'll find anywhere. Full of savory fillings, crispy on the outside. They're perfect for game time. Remember, BB Go isn't just about snacks. It's about a whole new level of flavor. They like to say minimum effort, maximum taste every time. You can find BB Go in the freezer aisle of all major grocery stores. So grab BB Go, get ready for the game, and make every day delicious. BB Go making the whole world more delicious, one bite at a time. More Sports Graffiti coming at you next. 877-710-ESPN. Pepe Mantilla is here. Michael Thompson's arriving. Andy Kamenetsky in for Mace. The gang's all here, ESPN LA.
It's a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win and experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Listen all day to win from 710 and SeaWorld. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing. Just listen for the cue to call, be caller number 7 and win.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey, Southern California, I'm Ty Pennington, the home guy. Teaming up with Pechanga Resort Casino to give away a brand new house. Imagine yourself in a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in incredible Temecula, California. All you need to do is play your favorite slots or table games at Pechanga Resort Casino. The more you play, the more entries you earn. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for complete details on Home Sweet Win.
Rules and conditions apply. Go to Pechanga.com for more details.
We've all heard mortgage rates have finally moved down. So if you've gotten a mortgage in the last 2 years, contact the Loan Exchange to check on lowering your mortgage payment. Today, the Loan Exchange is offering a 30-year fixed free closer loan at 5.99% rate and APR. That's right, there are no closing costs. Wow! You can lower your monthly payment without increasing your loan balance. Isn't it worth a few minutes of your time to find out how much the Loan Exchange can lower your payment? By the way, if rates go down further next year, you can do the same thing again without any closing costs. Call the Loan Exchange at 855-752-9944 or go to theloanexchange.com for a free closer 30-year fixed rate and APR of 5.99%. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made. Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
In improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains, buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot, all in 10 minutes or less, and they depart every 2 minutes when they open in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I've got to be honest. I have no idea how you do it.
I'm not sure how I do it.
Would not. Would not be my scene.
More of Mason in Ireland right now.
Before we get to sports graffiti, Michael Thompson has arrived. Pepe Montilla is here. Michael is here, and Andy, you got to read.
Yeah, you can join Cappy, O'Shea, Jackson Jr., and producer Lindsay for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw, appropriate for this music. On April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, there will be one grand prize, a pair of tickets to WrestleMania in Las Vegas. RSVP with your spot at ESPNLA.com. You must be present to win, must be 21 years or older. To enter, park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room, now open 24/7.
There once was a day, as you know, Michael and I have been doing games together for years and years, that Michael would set his weekly schedule around Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still watch Monday Night Raw?
Wrestling has gone the way of airline service.
It's not worth it anymore?
Man, listen, I grew up in an era with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ric Flair, the Hulk, Andre the Giant, the Macho Man.
And you don't know any of these, you don't know any of these guys now?
If these guys were wrestling in that era, they would all be called, in the wrestling business, jobbers. Basically, mid-carders, guys who just basically opponents to get beat. Today's wrestling, not into. I mean, I watch, but it ain't. They don't have the legendary wrestlers that they have. The new era's aged out, and they haven't been able to replace them.
All right, so Michael's here, Pepe's here, Andy's in for Mace. We're going to do
quite the promo for this WrestleMania.
Start up the music again, Brian. We're going to.
People still like it, but
we Cori close called in the middle of sports graffiti, so we're going to take 7 or 8 more calls. Brian, let's go to CJ on line 1. CJ, you're on sports graffiti. Go.
What's up, y'all? 3 quick things. 1, this NBA MVP race this year reminds me so much of Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I think voter fatigue is going to play a part. I think SGA gets it because Jokic has got it so much. 2, Dodgers, Padres, how whack is it that they won't see each other until June? I think it would be amazing if they were playing each other this upcoming weekend or whatnot. And 3, Lakers, let's get it tonight. Warriors, it don't matter. Jimmy Butler, it don't matter. Jimmy Butler, OKC Thunder, let's end world hunger. Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. Let's go to Kenny. Kenny, you're on sports graffiti. Go.
Hi, guys. So I'm going to the game tonight, and not only am I motivated to see 48 minutes of basketball, but I'm motivated to see Steph and his legendary pregame show. Number 1, does he still do that where he's shooting balls beyond half court?
Not beyond half court.
Hold on. Your mic's not on. Go ahead.
Not from beyond half court, but from half court. Yeah, he'll step back towards half court and shoot about 10 of them.
And Kenny, if you have tickets, it's absolutely. I think the doors open at 5:30. It's absolutely worth going to see that. Michael and I have seen it a million times.
100%.
Never get tired of it. Never get tired of it. It's really cool.
And then you get to see Luka too.
Yeah, Luka throws up some crazy shots too.
All right, here's Don. Don, you're on sports graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys, couple things. The first is the guy talking about the Dodgers going to the White House. You know, you just go for what it is. You don't have to love the guy or anything else. It's all about just going. But anyway, the other thing I had for you is just a little quick jingle, and it goes, vacation in Ireland. Best show when Steve decides to show.
Brian, you know what to do.
That's good.
Vacation in Ireland. Best show when Mason decides to show up.
Whoa. Boy, he won't like that.
Jacqueline, you're on Sports Graffiti. Jacqueline, go.
Hey, guys. Okay, so here's the thing. Number 1, how many games will the Dodgers lose? Number 2, will Notre Dame ever get beat by USC again? And number 3, totally disagree on the Dodgers going to the White House. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Thanks.
Thanks, Jacqueline. I think USC is going to beat Notre Dame this year. I think USC is going to be much improved, Andy. That's your alma mater.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln Riley's he's brought in some more players, some more coaches. I think is the game here or there this year?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Or he was trying to get it off the schedule. But I don't know if he was successful in doing that or not.
You know what's interesting? Mace and I a couple weeks ago talked with Lincoln Riley, and it's just small sample size theater, one interview.
Yeah.
He sounded to me more confident and more like in a better place mentally with SC than any time I heard him talk at all last year. This was a great recruiting class. They've got a general manager now. It seems to me like he feels I can just coach. I don't have to worry about all the other stuff.
And Michael, we had a person call earlier that was mad at the Dodgers for going to the White House. You and I have actually been to the White House. Mm-hmm. I think teams should be able to go regardless of their politics. And I think that if anybody calling out the Dodgers and saying they shouldn't go because they have to stand up against Trump, I don't care who the president is. You and I went there when President Obama was there.
Not everybody voted for Obama.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah, fine.
It's a huge honor. Yep. And if they ask me to go back, I'm going. I don't care who the president is.
We got to stop all this pettiness.
You know what I say? It is what it is.
Yeah, go and enjoy yourself. It's a great experience.
I think that the Dodgers should go and enjoy the honor.
People need to get over their feelings.
Jack is on Sports Graffiti. Jack, what do you got?
Hi, I'm Jack. I was a former academic advisor at UCSB, so I had former Lakers and current Lakers. I had Gabe Vincent, I had Brian Shaw, I had Don Ford, and I also had Travis and Cori. And let me tell you, Cori was a much better athlete than Travis.
Probably a better student, too.
Yeah, probably better in pretty much everything. But thank you, Jack. That's very helpful. And if you don't think we're going to play this for Travis, you haven't met us.
My two kids went to California, Santa Barbara, California.
And so, in other words, a lot of your money went to University of California at Santa Barbara. JP, you're on Sports Graffiti. JP, go.
Luke afternoon. Steph Curry dropped 50. Luka dropped 60. Last night we beat Messi. LAFC, go. And I will take a picture with Cristiano Ronaldo, the most followed person on Instagram. You guys have a great afternoon. Go Lakers.
Michael, the question we asked before you came in was, you can have a picture with any living person. Mm-hmm. If your goal is to create the most buzz, like a picture of Michael Thompson and blank, you can pick anybody alive. Who would you pick?
Trump. Who else?
Well, that would get the most reaction.
I don't care one way or the other, man. It'll be cool.
I interviewed him once on a sideline interview at the Garden. He was nice.
Anytime you can get a picture with the president, you take that.
Matthew, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon. I appreciate you guys taking my call. Two things. The Dodgers will go 162-0. Mark my words. Also, I got in the car and I heard the news of Val Kilmer. He passed away.
Right.
I didn't know who that was at first. I had to Google him. He's Batman. He's a younger generation. I'm a younger generation. But he's Batman to me. R.I.P. Val Kilmer. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, great actor. All right, let's do one more. Jennifer, you're on Sports Graffiti. Jennifer, go. We lost her.
She didn't want to talk.
Okay. All right, that's it. We did two versions of Sports Graffiti. Coming up next, Pepe brought this up off the air, and I want to get into it on the air. Ja Morant did finger guns at Buddy Hield the other day, and Buddy Hield did them back to Ja Morant. Should those guys
I think Buddy actually went first.
Okay, well,
Buddy might have gone
whichever
first.
order went, they both did it.
He drew first.
Yeah, he drew first.
Like Han Solo.
We'll get into that next. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA. If you're looking for a car, you got to take a look at Toyota. There's two ways you can do this. You can go to Toyota.com, or you can just visit your Southern California Toyota dealers. Here's the thing. No matter what you're looking for, they've got it. Cars, trucks, SUVs, and as long as you buy a new Toyota, they all come with Toyota Care, a no-cost maintenance plan that covers all normal, factory-scheduled service for 2 years or 25,000 miles, whichever comes first. Why wouldn't you consider Toyota? Check it out today, again, two ways, whether you're looking for a car, a truck, or an SUV. Visit your Southern California Toyota dealer or Toyota.com. We make it easy, Toyota. Let's go places. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
50 years at full speed. It's going to be an epic celebration at the 50th anniversary Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach this April 11th through the 13th. It starts with the always exciting lineup: Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, Robbie Gordon's high-flying trucks, and drifting, along with the first ever historic Formula Exhibition event featuring all three eras of racing at the Grand Prix: Formula 5000, Formula One, and Indy cars, all on track at the same time. A very special sight and sound for everyone to experience. Plus the huge Lifestyle Expo, Family Fun Zone, Mother's Exotic Car Paddock, and two exciting concerts. DJ duo Dubs on Friday night, presented by Acura, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Foreigner on Saturday night, presented by Cuervo Tequila. Fun for the whole family. April 11th through the 13th. Tickets and more information at gplb.com. Come and join the celebration.
Here we go on a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday. Here's your cue to call. Caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN right now. You win a family 4-pack to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego. Call now for your chance to win on a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to WrestleMania on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
All right, Mason in Ireland, Michael Thompson's here, Pepe Montilla's here, and Andy Kamenetsky is filling in for Mason. You guys may have seen this story, that the other night when the Warriors, who are here tonight, played the Grizzlies down in Memphis, Buddy Hield and Ja Morant did finger guns at each other, like pretended they were shooting. And since Ja Morant has been suspended twice for gun-related incidents, the first time he flashed a gun on social media. And I can't remember what the other one was.
He was in a car?
And flashed a gun?
Yeah.
Right, but
one time was in a club, another
One
time was in a
was in
car.
a club,
Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of NBA fans are calling for Ja Morant to be suspended. Pepe Montilla, are you one of them?
No, well, it's kind of hard to do it because rules are rules. But I think it's ridiculous sometimes to go that far. But if they know that they're not supposed to do it, they shouldn't do it.
I agree that he shouldn't do it. But, Michael, I think suspending somebody for finger guns is insane.
Yeah, no big deal. NBD, no big deal. People overreact to everything these days.
Andy, now you say that they've talked to him and you think it's over?
It's definitely over. Shams reported that both Buddy Hield and Ja Morant were issued warnings, so they were not even fined for this, which I think is totally appropriate.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, Ja, it is his own fault that he's under this much scrutiny. He put himself in this situation. That said, it's finger guns.
He's got kids. What if there was a video of him at home playing Cowboys and Indians with his kids?
As long as it's not a
He would
real
get suspended for that?
Michael, as long as it's not a real gun. I mean,
Come
are we going
on.
to under the guise of suspend him for finger guns? Shooter McGavin would be kicked off the
but here's the
PGA
thing, too,
Tour.
like LeBron, for example, and he's not the only guy, but I'm just thinking of LeBron because all of our listeners have seen him do this. There will be times where after a big three, LeBron will do the fake guns into the holster.
Oh, yeah, or I've seen him do the archery thing.
Why would
you can kill somebody with an arch with an arrow.
Exactly. Like if the NBA is that against gun imagery or evocation of any kind, why would LeBron not be in trouble for that?
Right.
Not saying he should be. I'm just
completely
saying.
with Michael. I think the majority of people overreact. It's friggin' finger guns, people. Let's play. And why are we looking
more self-aware? Don't get me wrong.
Totally agree. Pepe said it right. He shouldn't do it.
Did it really bother anybody to see him
But
do that?
I
He pointed to
No,
the
the
finger
league,
like, I can't sleep
think
tonight.
the league made a bigger thing out of this.
than it should have
Nobody
been.
saw it in real
Right,
time.
nobody
By them
cared.
investigating it, it became
All
a
right.
deal.
Now, let me ask you guys this. This was on Get Up yesterday. First, you're going to hear Kendrick Perkins, and then you're going to hear Bobby Marks. And what they are suggesting is that Ja Morant may have worn out his welcome in Memphis and that he could be available. Listen to this.
Memphis have one of the best offensive teams in the league, but they run the less pick and rolls in the league, right? Ja Morant thrives better in what? When he has the ball in his hands. Yeah. So that means this firing also shows me that we don't care what you think, Ja. So I think from this point forward, Ja Morant is auditioning. And Bobby, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this summer he's eligible for a contract extension that could probably touch about $300 million.
He's extension eligible for 2 for $125. I would just say this: the Luka trade showed us that there's only a handful of players that are untouchable in this league. There's probably 3 guys that are untouchable. So certainly a quick exit by Memphis. We're certainly going to be talking about the future of Ja Morant this offseason.
Michael, you have 3. I would say the 3 are Jokic, Luka, and probably Steph.
Wemby. No. If San Antonio call right now, so I'll give you Wemby for Luka.
Yeah, Wemby's number 1. But now we don't know. Wemby's got these injury issues. But,
yeah, that's true.
Michael, you've called Ja Morant the most athletic guard you've ever
most
seen.
Exciting player in the game.
You really think they'd trade him?
No, they'd be stupid to trade him.
Won't.
How old is he? 23, 24?
25 or 26, I think, Andy.
Memphis needs a player like him.
Right.
Well, everybody needs a player like him.
Yeah,
just because he has some off the court.
Yeah,
so Michael and I just watched him play last week. He didn't have a great game, but he's so electric.
Yeah, exactly. He puts people in the seats, man.
Yeah,
Don't
but
trade
what
him.
I'm saying is Memphis needs a player like that because Memphis is not a big market. They
Right.
need somebody like him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
He's almost 26.
Yeah, they're not coming to see Desmond Bain and...
yeah, they're coming to see him and Jaren Jackson, too, but Ja is the face of that franchise. I wouldn't trade him.
Not Zach Edey?
I like Zach Edey. He has his place, man. You know, he's fun to watch.
Whenever he gets to the ball.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, we'll get Laura and Brian in here, do a little What's Up Fool. Mason in Ireland, ESPN LA.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text LIKE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text LIKE to 42424. That's LIKE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Mason in Ireland on 710.
I mean, would you rather have good life or sex? Good sex. Good life, good sex.
Well, I got both.
There you go.
That's
good
the
for
correct
you,
answer.
Johnny I.
More of Mason
What's
and
Up,
Ireland
Fool is
right
brought
now.
to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Thank you, Brian. All right, I'll take it first. So we saw the madness that Ohtani does, especially when his bobblehead is given out at Dodger Stadium. So we knew and we saw lines 4 hours before first pitch. People were lining up. Then the Dodgers tweeted out, all fans in attendance will get a Shohei bobblehead. So everybody who was at the game got a bobblehead, which to me, it should be the right thing.
Yeah.
I would not be there hours before a pitch. And I feel like all of you guys wouldn't either. But shouldn't this be the standard that everybody that goes to a promotional night get it?
I have never understood when they don't. In other words, if you go to Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night and your park holds 53,000 people, why don't you make 53,000 bobbleheads?
I agree with you, and I hate it when they said we're only going to make 20,000.
It's like when the Lakers have these giveaway, like these different shirts, jerseys. Every seat has a jersey on it.
Yeah, I've never, and a lot of times they'll say, well, I've talked to people that are in charge of stuff like this, and they say, well, it's the sponsor. They only agreed to pay for 40,000. Well, then you pay for the rest.
Yeah, of course.
For the price,
it's terrible PR to
price,
have that night and not give them Laura's right.
Like, people in part go to these games specifically for the giveaway. It costs so much to get into the park, buy concessions, whatever. It should be an obligation to make sure they have one.
The parking lot. If you just pay for the parking lot and the entrance, and then you get the doll or whatever, and you leave, that's a lot of money, man.
Absolutely.
Laura, I'm completely with you. I think that anytime you have a giveaway, you should have as many giveaways as you have seats. This is not rocket science.
What's up, fool? Speaking of Ohtani and his walk-off home run last night.
All right, hold on, Brian. That gives me an excuse to play this.
High fly ball to center field. Harris is back. Ohtani, inevitable.
Oh, Joe Davis, top notch. So after, watching that live kind of got me thinking, we had the giddy half-court buzzer beater last week. Earlier this last NFL season, we had the Commanders win on a Hail Mary as time expired over the Bears. Take the premise here, all in the same early season of their sport. Walk-off home run, half-court buzzer beater, Hail Mary pass. What's the most exciting way to end a game?
Oh, Hail Mary by far.
Yeah, because they're so rare.
Yeah.
Like we've seen, Michael, you and I have been doing this 20 plus years. We've seen a lot of half courts. I mean, never a game ending quite the way that one did in Chicago, where they had 3 threes and an Austin Reeves runner all in the last 10 seconds.
And we always see walk-off home runs, but how many Hail Marys do we see to win a game?
Hail Mary is
and they
hardly ever.
Yeah, they almost never work, but when they do, you're like, how did that happen?
How did that happen, right?
You know what? Hail Marys are definitely more rare, and I guess in that sense more special to see, but I think a walk-off homer looks cooler. Like, just the pure aesthetics of it. I prefer the walk-off homer, even if you're totally correct.
Really?
The Hail Mary is more rare.
Oh, yeah.
You need a lot of things that happen for a Hail Mary to be completed, man.
Oh, it's absolutely more rare.
That's why it's more exciting. And when the way the Washington won against the Lions that night?
You're always going to remember Doug Flutie.
Sure, 100%.
Yeah.
But the aesthetics, man, that walk-off Shohei, it was so great.
Yeah, but you see those about 50 times a year.
Just from Shohei.
Yeah.
What's up, fool? All right, guys. Sorry, Pepe. I know that Doris Day is one of your favorites, and it is her birthday today, but it's also Eddie Murphy's birthday. So I wanted to ask you guys, who is your favorite comedian? Question 1. And 2, what is your favorite Eddie Murphy movie?
My favorite Eddie Murphy is the first Nutty Professor, which is absolutely brilliant.
That's a good one.
What was the other part of your question?
Favorite comedian.
Favorite comedian.
Okay, you guys are going to laugh. Michael will understand this, but it's going to reveal my age. It's Don Rickles.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you,
anytime
you send me an old clip of Don Rickles and how he gets into people, I never stop laughing. Is yours Red Fox, or would you put Rickles above Fox?
I love Rickles. He's one of my he's on one of my Mount Rushmores, but my favorite is Rodney Dangerfield. Oh, just looking at him makes you laugh.
But
it's pretty great.
Rickles and Dangerfield are amazing.
Yeah, they are. Rickles is great too. Could that humor work today?
Because
people are so
probably
sensitive.
Not. Probably not.
Kamenetsky, who's your favorite? Is it
favorite stand-up? Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor, I think,
He's
was
great.
just the best.
And-
The absolute best.
Got to be Fluffy for you, right? He's Mexican.
Fluffy's great.
Oh, Fluffy's great.
Fluffy's great.
I love Fluffy.
No shade
I
thrown
love
about
Fluffy.
Fluffy.
Iglesias, saludos, brother.
That's right. I love Fluffy. So who's your favorite, Pepe? Comedian. Fluffy?
Fluffy.
Oh, he's hilarious.
So Andy, Trading Places is a good movie, no?
It's good. It's not my favorite, Eddie
It's
Murphy.
my favorite.
It's not Norbit, guys.
Meet Dave.
Yeah. I like Trading Places. My favorite, Eddie Murphy. I got legs.
Well, but you and Ireland have been doing the $1 bet for like
That's
what,
right. Yep.
Yeah,
decades?
forever.
Yeah.
What's up, Foo?
Okay, so I got a video last night from my family who lives in the Midwest here, Tennessee area, of all the tornadoes that have been going around and the crazy apocalyptic lightning that kind of comes with the tornadoes features. And both my sister and my parents had to spend the whole night in their tornado shelters, kind of, basements, tornado shelters. So it kind of got me thinking. I know you guys travel a lot. You were just in Tennessee and Memphis. Have you ever experienced, a storm so bad where you had to go into a shelter? And what's that like if you have?
I used to live in Louisiana, and I went to a hurricane season every year. Michael, you're probably in Florida, and you gotta go in the shelter. A lot of times you gotta go underneath into a bomb shelter, and you just gotta wait it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest in St. Louis. All the houses have basements specifically because of tornadoes. And I've been through tornadoes. It's scary.
How close did one come to your house?
Not close enough that we were in danger, but you don't know that till the tornado's done.
Yeah.
I've never been in one, and I don't wish to be in one. I'm afraid of.
What about a serious earthquake? You ever been in a serious earthquake in Mexico?
Yeah. Lots of them.
Yeah.
I got off the 10 like maybe 15 minutes before the Northridge earthquake happened, and I drove over the piece of the 10 that
really?
collapsed. Yeah.
Wow.
I beat it by about 15 minutes.
Wow,
I'd been out really late with some
scary.
friends and got back to my
Were you on top or on the bottom part of the 10?
what do you mean?
Had to be on
Wasn't
top.
it like 2 levels?
Yeah, I would have had a massive
you
drop.
talking about the 10 here or not the one? No, Northridge,
No,
right?
the 10 in China. Okay.
I was thinking about the earthquake in San Francisco when they had that collapse.
No. This
Northridge.
This was probably around where the 10, the La Brea exit, thereabouts. There.
Wow.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys, this is, I feel like, a very easy question, but the internet is going crazy because, of course, the Dodgers are 8-0 and the Padres are 7-0. So who do you guys think will get the first loss? Would it be the Padres or the Dodgers? And then, Pepe, I'll go to you first.
Oh, obviously, the Padres.
People are getting in, heated debates about this.
It's the Padres. I mean...
The Dodgers are better than the Padres,
Yeah.
but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get the first loss. But if you make me pick one, I would pick the Padres.
Padres at Cubs. Next Dodger game. Dodgers. I'm going with the Dodgers. They at the Phillies.
Of course, you have to go against the reality of people.
Well, the Phillies are good, and they're
people
in Philly.
that know. How about you, Andy?
I think Michael is looking at this correctly in terms of quality of competition. Dodgers have it tougher, immediately coming up. But the Dodgers are a better team than the Padres. They are just sick.
They
stacked.
have a lot of power.
Yes, they do.
So the Phillies do, too. They're good.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue.
You don't sound too convinced, Pepe.
No, because I'm not going to argue with you.
Why?
I mean, I waste my time talking to a donkey. the horse.
So because you mentioned donkey, hit it, Brian.
The horse.
No, what's up, fool?
What's up, Foo?
You have the next one.
All right, so today, one of these national days, National Burrito Day. One of my favorite days, one of my favorite foods you can have. All that just wrapped in a tortilla and a burrito. For me, I like the classic. My favorite burrito probably is just classic bean and cheese. You can't beat that. For you, what's your favorite burrito?
Breakfast burrito.
Yeah, me too.
They're the greatest thing ever invented by man, next to fire.
I'm with you. I like the beans and cheese or the potato and bean.
Yeah, they're
Those
all
are
good. Yeah.
For
You
me,
guys are basic.
You're a chef. I bet you could make a good burrito.
I can and have.
What do you put in it?
I typically go carnitas. I like making pork. Usually I'll put it in slow cooker with some, I'll give it a what do you call it? A little bit of a crisp at the top, then put it in slow cooker for hours.
What are your ingredients? What do you put in it?
I'll usually saute it in some type of broth with some onions, some different spices, a little bit of cilantro. Sometimes like a carnitas, I'll go with like a little bit of fresh squeezed orange juice in there, give it a little bit of citrus, some lemon, some lime.
Wow.
No, I go to
this
town.
guy's a real chef, man.
I go to town, man.
Why didn't you cater Mason's party? We would have had some real food. Jeez, where were you when we needed you?
We had it catered by Domino's.
So either carne asada burrito with rice and beans, or my favorite is chorizo. Chorizo con huevo. Eggs and chorizo.
I
So
can't
good.
eat eggs that way, unfortunately.
What? You can't eat eggs
I can
and
only eat egg
chorizo?
whites. I like them. They don't like me, unfortunately.
You don't eat
It's a
what?
shame. I can't eat egg yolks.
Oh.
I wish I could. I can't.
Just make egg whites then.
Brian, what do you put in your burrito? Just plain?
Classic bean and cheese. I love a good California burrito too. You know, sucker
With
for those
the
French
fries.
fries.
The French fries in
carne
there.
asada, a little pico, sour cream, guac. And I already had a breakfast burrito today to celebrate.
What did you have in your breakfast burrito? What do you put in it?
A little salsa, eggs, potatoes, sausage. I went today with a bunch of cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, I tend to go no cheese. I like more of the Baja style, where it's like the onions, the meat, a little bit of beans, that sort of thing.
My breakfast burrito is bacon, cheese, spinach, and red or bell pepper.
Spinach is good.
With a bell
yeah.
pepper's
Good call.
good in it, yeah.
That's delicious.
Good
Pepe?
call.
I'm telling you, bean and cheese is my favorite because when I got here, I wasn't used to eating burritos because in Mexico City we don't eat burritos. So when
That's
I
an
was
American
here,
thing?
No, it's a northern Mexico thing that then it became a U.S. thing. But the cheapest meal was a bean and cheese.
That's right.
burrito.
Yeah, that's one you could afford back then.
And
Yeah,
I didn't have any money.
I've been there many a day. All right, that's it for What's Up, Fool. Coming up next, one of the Lakers is a candidate for a big NBA award, but not only does J.J. Redick not think he's going to win it, it sounds like he doesn't even want him to win it. We'll explain next, ESPN LA.
And don't forget to listen the rest of the week to Sedano and Cap and the LA Afternoon Drive for your chance to win a pair of tickets to SoFi Stadium for this Saturday in the U.S. Women's National Team taking on Brazil, a rematch of the women's gold medal soccer match. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster or go to SoFiStadium.com for more information. Sedano and Cap have your tickets to win this week from 3 to 6 on 710 ESPN.
It's a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win and experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Listen all day to win from 710 and SeaWorld. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing. Just listen for the cue to call. Be caller number 7 and win.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gatt today at 818-917-5256 or you go to avnergatt.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergatt.com.
Finally figured out that the only thing that's actually crazy is not watching college ball at Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
College Bibo's biggest games on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Jesse Banks, live April 25th.
And the number 1 reason.
Moses Happy Hour is actually several hours. Get half-price brews, bites, and cocktails Monday to Thursday, 2 to 5 p. and Friday, noon to 5.
Morongo, good times.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investment to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover train will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and a kiss and fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less. And trains depart every 2 minutes, beginning in early 2026. Learn more on this website, lawa.org/ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
There's LeBron and Luka, the dynamic duo taking over the NBA.
I can't believe that we just had an assist, LeBron James to Luka Doncic.
But before that, there was the original duo, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Ireland has an idea. I do. I think it's stupid, but there are other ideas out there.
More Mason and Ireland right now.
Mason and Ireland, big game tonight. Lakers-Warriors, it is the most expensive ticket in the NBA this season, just to get in the building.
More expensive than the Dallas game?
Yeah.
With Luka?
Yeah. More, because remember, AD didn't play in that game.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to double-check the...
I had checked in the morning because I was thinking of going, and just to get in, it was like $400 with fees.
The cheapest ticket I can find is $385 just to get in the building, in the upper deck. If you want to sit in front of where Michael and Pepe and I sit, $1,738 per ticket.
Yep.
It is pricey. It's going to be crazy. And so you've got Steph and Jimmy Butler on one side since they started playing together.
What's their record?
19-2.
I thought it was 18-5.
That's their record since the trade.
Yeah.
But in games that Steph and Jimmy have both played in, they're 19-2. And, of course, the Lakers with Luka, when they made the trade, they were in 7th. Now the Lakers are in 3rd. And if they win tonight, they stay in 3rd. Pepe, what type of a game do you expect tonight? High scoring, low scoring, close, not close? What do you think?
It's going to be a high-scoring game, and it's going to be close.
I agree. Michael?
Yeah, I think...
both teams over 100?
We thought that Houston game was going to be high-scoring, but nobody could make a shot for the first half. I think it'll be low-scoring, probably like low hundreds or high 90s, because guys will be so pumped up and geeked up, they'll be squeezing the ball too tight and miss a lot of shots.
Andy, high scoring, low scoring, close, not close?
I think it's definitely going to be close. I think it's going to be somewhere in the hundreds to 110. I think it's going to be a really good game.
Okay.
It's going to be intense.
I want you guys, I'm going to read you guys a list of names. I want you to see if you guys can tell me what all these people have in common, okay? Tracy McGrady, Jermaine O'Neal, Gilbert Arenas, Zach Randolph, Monte Ellis, Kevin Love, Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Giannis, Pascal Siakam, John Morant, Tyrese Maxey.
I got it.
What?
Basketball players.
Good.
Very good.
That would be great. Pepe, do you know what all those people have in common?
No idea.
Andy, do you?
I do.
Okay.
Should I say it?
Yep.
They've all won Most Improved Player.
They have. They've all won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award, which to me is a pretty cool award.
Yeah.
But I might have to amend my position if I want to keep my job at the Lakers.
Why?
Because J.J. Redick hates that award.
Why?
I hate that award because they failed to define it, and I think the spirit of it has been taken out of whack. I don't like that award. Just call it the high draft pick that is on a max contract that now is an all-star. Just call it that award. Who's that guy? Because that's what it's become.
If you were making the case for Austin.
Am I wrong?
But he wouldn't be that guy. Don McClain won it. Bobby Simmons won it.
No, I'm saying that's what it's
20
become.
years. But we could, you could
I'm
speak
just
to
saying,
the voters right now.
Out of the last 5 years, that's what it's become.
Right.
I don't think that's the spirit of the award.
What would be the case for Austin, in your opinion?
He's not going to win it, so it's a moot point. I've sang his praises all year.
Who is going to win it? Jalen Williams from the Thunder?
Could, but I think Austin's a prime candidate for it. They've given it out, Andy, 37 times. A Laker has never won it. And JJ seems to be insinuating that it would be a slap in the face to win it. What's his point?
No, actually, he is lobbying for Austin. That's what he's doing
He just
right
said
there.
he's not going to win it.
No, he didn't. Right, he didn't say that he shouldn't win it. He said he's not going to win it. And the reason that JJ laid out that Austin isn't going to win it is because the criteria for the award, in JJ's opinion, has gotten so out of whack. He's saying that a guy like Austin, who has improved so much, won't be considered because he doesn't fall into the category of max contract guy playing at that level. JJ's actually lobbying for Austin by talking about he's the type of guy that should win but won't.
I agree with that, and not only that, he said that he doesn't like it.
He said he hates it. He said, I hate that award.
But I think it's sending a message to somebody like, hey,
Well, guys, you would want to be any of the last 5-6 people that have won it. Here's the last 6 people who have won it. Pascal Siakam, Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Ja Morant, Lauri Markkanen, Tyrese Maxey.
What's wrong with that list?
Nothing. I'd want to be on it.
Oh, yeah.
The last I looked, Brian and I talked about this today on Locked on Lakers, so I was looking around some of the gambling sites and stuff like that for different current odds leaders for most improved player. I've seen Austin come up in a few places. I've seen him not come up. The 2 consensus leaders are either Dyson Daniels or Cade Cunningham in terms of the odds leaders right now.
Michael, do you understand why Dyson Daniels isn't a runaway leader for Defensive Player of the Year?
Well, with Wemby out, who else is his competition?
They, according to like FanDuel and everything else, Sedano yesterday said they think Draymond has a better chance to win it than him. Dyson Daniels has like 100 more steals and 100 more deflections
from the very
than anybody.
From the very beginning.
Who are the leaders
of the
right
season?
now, Andy? In according to FanDuel.
According to FanDuel, let me take a look real quick.
For Defensive Player of the Year.
Give me one sec.
Dyson Daniels, if you get him in, he's a guard for the Atlanta Hawks. He's from Australia, so they call him the Great Barrier Thief.
Great nickname.
And
phenomenal nickname.
He's got like 100 more steals and 150 more deflections than like the next guy.
Draymond Green, according to FanDuel, is the odds-on leader, followed by Evan Mobley, then Lou Dort, then Dyson Daniels.
Sedano said he would vote for Lou Dort.
The biggest case against Dyson Daniels is his defense stinks. Like, not his individual defense, but he is a part of a defense that stinks. That's they're not.
So his
they're
defense
not
isn't
team.
making them an elite defensive
right.
team.
I mean, that's one of the things that's always been held against Anthony Davis over the years, that like he was not part of an elite defense with the Lakers, even though he clearly was an elite defender. It's hard to make the case, I think, to a lot of voters that somebody would be worthy of Defensive Player of the Year if their defense doesn't elevate the team defense at least to a certain point.
As a team.
Yes.
Yeah. To me,
he's currently 35
Michael
to 1
and I
with
watched
FanDuel.
Michael and I watched him play twice. He's the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah. It switches on everybody.
Yeah, he can guard all 5 positions.
Disruptive.
If I could get my hands on that guy, I would trade for him today.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and not that the Hawks are going to trade him. They're not. But he's a great player. Great player. All right, coming up next, Alex Rodriguez and his partner, Mark Lowry, appear to have secured the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've been trying to buy him for 3 years. There was a big dispute. Glenn Taylor has stepped down. At least one high-ranking NBA official says Glenn Taylor and getting rid of Glenn Taylor might be the greatest thing ever happened to the state of Minnesota. We'll share it with you next. ESPN LA.
Here we go on a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday. Here's your cue to call. Caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN right now. You win a family 4-pack to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego. Call now for your chance to win on a SeaWorld Ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. On 710 ESPN.
50 years at full speed. It's going to be an epic celebration at the 50th anniversary Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach this April 11th through the 13th. It starts with the always exciting lineup: Indy cars, IMSA sports cars, Robbie Gordon's high-flying trucks, and drifting, along with the first ever historic Formula Exhibition event featuring all 3 eras of racing at the Grand Prix: Formula 5000, Formula 1, and Indy cars, all on track at the same time. A very special sight and sound for everyone to experience. Plus the huge Lifestyle Expo, Family Fun Zone, Mother's Exotic Car Paddock, and 2 exciting concerts: DJ duo Dubs on Friday night, presented by Acura, and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band Foreigner on Saturday night, presented by Cuervo Tequila. Fun for the whole family. April 11th through the 13th. Tickets and more information at gplb.com. Come and join the celebration.
NextGen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Is your heating and AC system ready to power through the season? From quick tune-ups to full replacements, NextGen has you covered. For a limited time, ESPN LA listeners can get a heating and AC tune-up for just $88. That's right. Stay in the game all season with an $88 heating and AC tune-up from NextGen. Call 833-3-NEXTGen today.
NEXGEN. Call 833-3-NEXTGen.
Hey, it's producer Lindsay, and you know I'm a huge wrestling fan. Join Cappy, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and me to watch Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's premier card room. We'll have ticket giveaways and a grand prize of 2 tickets to WrestleMania on April 19th in Las Vegas. Your attendance is your raffle entry. Plus, get a bonus entry when you RSVP at ESPNLA.com. But you must be present to win. See you Monday, April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. Visit ESPNLA.com for details.
Is it time to sell your home? Maybe you want to downsize. Maybe you want to move. Or maybe you inherited a home that you just don't want to hang on to. Whatever your reasons to sell, call Seller's Advantage. Seller's Advantage has been buying homes for decades. Their seller reviews speak for themselves. They're just people who buy from people, and they'll provide you a custom solution that works for your needs. They offer and will buy with cash, and they close in days. The great part is you don't have to worry about spending any money on repairs, preparing your home to be shown, or having people come in and out. And there are no agents, just a great offer and an easy experience that will give you the peace of mind so that you can walk away happy. So if it's time to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage for a free, no-obligation offer today. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or visit sellersadvantage.com.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Mason and Ireland on LA's mega sports station.
I'm going to come out with something right here. I don't work as hard as John Ireland and have no interest in it.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, Mason and Ireland. Andy Kamenetsky in for Mace. Michael Thompson's here. Pepe Montilla is here, and that's because we got a big Laker game tonight. Huge. Lakers-Warriors at Crypto. It's the most expensive ticket you can purchase for an NBA game this year. Just to get into the building is over $350 to sit in the 300 level. The seats down low are through the roof. If you're going, go early. And here's some inside info. We get a timing sheet before every game that I send to Michael Funchess, and we determine when we're going to go. The NBA says, so this game's going to tip fairly early tonight unless the first game goes long. You looked up the first game. It's Memphis and who?
Memphis and Miami.
Okay.
Quite a game.
Yeah, so if that game ends on time, we're tipping at 7:05. All right? Like basically right after 7 o'clock.
Excellent.
So be in your seats early if you're going to the game tonight. Now, if you follow the NBA, you know that Alex Rodriguez, the baseball player, has been trying to buy the Minnesota Timberwolves for about the past 4 years. He has a partner named Mark Laurie, and they have finally completed that sale. Glenn Taylor, the guy who owned Minnesota for the last 34 years, finally gave up the fight, and the runway is clear for A-Rod to take over. Now, Michael, you've met Glenn Taylor, right?
Yeah, seems to be a nice man.
I always thought so, too. Rick Kamla, who works for NBA TV, Rick says that getting rid of Glenn Taylor is going to send the Timberwolves into the elite teams in the NBA because Taylor was that incompetent. Here is Kamla.
Glenn Taylor, he's not like over in our lifetimes. He is on the Mount Rushmore of terrible owners in the NBA. Okay. He's not with Donald Sterling, POS. He's not with Robert Sarver, POS, right? He's not with those guys, with all that stuff. But in terms of ineptitude, mistakes, getting in the way, hiring the wrong people, blah, 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 right? The Joe Smith thing. Hiring David Kahn, for the love of God, who passed on Steph Curry twice in the same draft for Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn. Are you kidding me? Okay? And all the other mistakes. And then dragging this ownership sale when you should have just sold the damn team, bro.
Michael, are those criticisms fair?
Well, every owner misses on certain things. So on draft picks, signing the wrong guys. So I think that's unfair. The Wolves have had some success. No, they haven't won, but they've been a perennial playoff team for many of his ownership years. So I think that's too harsh a criticism.
Pepe, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, I have to agree with Mike. It's harsh.
Andy, I thought Glenn Taylor was a brilliant businessman that did step in a couple of times. The David Kahn hiring. David Kahn was the sports editor of the UCLA Daily Bruin.
My tennis buddy up in Portland.
Yep, and he was a beat writer for the Portland Trailblazers
right.
when Michael played there. He had absolutely no business being a GM. He was terrible. But look at him now. Tim Connolly's really respected. Anthony Edwards, they nailed that pick. Everybody made fun of him for that Rudy Gobert trade, and then they have a top 3 record in the West. I think the future's bright in Minnesota.
I mean, the future may be bright, but if you look at the overall track record, I mean, like the irony of when Donald Sterling was finally booted out of the NBA is the Clippers were actually doing well. They were actually having the best period in franchise history. That was Lob City. Those teams were on the uptick. So it's like if you own a team long enough, you're eventually just going to fall backwards into some success. But they have gone long periods where it's not even just they don't win a championship, like they're missing the playoffs 6-7 years in a row.
There are a lot of Angel fans that would argue with you that you don't eventually back into some success.
Artie Moreno did. I mean, they have a World Series.
But Gene Autry sold the team to Artie that year.
He backed. That's the very definition of backing into it. You can't back into it more than that.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah,
I guess not.
But at the same time, Artie Moreno, just think of Ohtani. They could have signed Ohtani.
They did sign Ohtani.
No, but
yeah.
I mean, re-sign Ohtani.
Yeah, that was a terrible waste.
On this date, April 3rd, 1981, Michael Thompson had 40 points, 11 rebounds, 5 blocks, and a 124-119 overtime win over the Kings in Game 2 of the first-round playoff series.
You had 40 points in a playoff game?
But like an idiot, I choked because I had 3 free throws to win the game. In regulation, I made 1 out of 3. Idiot.
And then that had the game go to overtime?
Yeah, made the game go to overtime.
Yeah, but then you allowed it to be more exciting, Michael.
But you won, right?
Yeah, we won.
Hey, that's a great stat line. You know what surprised me about your career is that because you were a physical player, you got fouled a lot, but you were only a 64% free throw
65%.
shooter.
Watch it.
64.6. Are you rounding up?
64.9.
Well, in the playoffs, you were also a 64%. You were consistent. Mm-hmm. But I would have thought, I mean, your son is one of the greatest shooters in the history of the NBA.
So was I. 50% for my career.
Michael, I believe you're shortchanging yourself. According to Basketball Reference, you were a 65.5% free throw shooter.
Oh, okay.
So how come you miss so many free
Yeah,
throws?
I would have thought that if you could have made free throws, you would have been, like Kareem.
That's right. Could have been better than Kareem.
Easy, Michael.
Did I say that out loud?
Easy, Michael.
All right, before we get to the lie of the day, Pepe, I want to ask you didn't go to that soccer game last night, did you?
No.
Okay.
He was hanging out with us. He had
you
dinner
were
with
at
us.
the boxing dinner. Okay.
The boxing dinner.
I want to ask you guys about that. But LAFC beat Lionel Messi and Inter Miami. Now they got to go down to Miami because it's a home-and-home thing. Big deal or not? Something or nothing that they beat Messi and LAFC? I mean, beat Messi and Inter Miami.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
I think
No, Pepe.
No. I think. No. As my opinion, as a sportscaster or
Yes.
as a fan. That's what
Either.
I mean.
Give me whichever you prefer.
Just think of something.
Okay. LAFC should win that game.
They
okay?
did.
No, in Miami.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's my opinion.
You watch more soccer than I do. I thought Messi looked like he might be hurt. He wasn't moving like he normally moves. I mean, he had a couple. You guys were at your boxing dinner, so you didn't see it.
We didn't see the game.
But he didn't. Andy, did you check it out at all?
No, I didn't.
Maybe he's getting old.
And here's what I'm really hoping. The Warriors were all there. Steph was there. Jimmy Butler was there. They were all in a suite. I hope that our friends at LAFC wined and dined the Warriors until 2 in the morning, and they come out tonight flat as a board.
I saw a thing that they put Steph and people were booing.
Yeah, he booed him back. I love Steph. Steph's the greatest. Okay, coming up next is the lie of the day, which is sponsored by Rigorer. Now, if you don't know what Rigorer is, Rigorer, that's the company that produces Austin Reeves' shoes. If you're watching on YouTube, Pepe is holding up one of Austin's shoes. We are giving away a signed pair of these AR2s. The pair we're giving away is pink and white. It's the pair he wore in Indianapolis when he did his brother's gender reveal. But these shoes are super slick, super cool looking. We're giving away a signed pair tomorrow. The way you qualify to win those shoes is you win Lie of the Day. We've had 3 winners already, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to award the 4th winner here. Go ahead and open the phones, Laura. 877-710-ESPN. If you think you know what I lied about. These shoes were designed by Austin and built for players who grind. Hands-on. He crafted every detail. And whether you play basketball or you just want this look, you can go to rigorer.com and get your pair now. That's RIGORER.com. You can own a pair of Austin Reeves' signature shoes at rigorer.com. Or you could win Lie of the Day, and you might win a pair when we give out a signed pair tomorrow. That's coming up next. Lie of the Day. If you know what I lied about, 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. After that, it's Game of Games. It's rare that Michael, Pepe, and I are all contestants in the same game, but that's the case today because Andy wrote the game.
You better be good, Andy.
I think
does it
is
have a
good.
theme or no?
It does have a theme.
Do you want to reveal it or no?
It is in honor of Eddie Murphy's 64th birthday.
Okay. So we got that coming up right after we do Lie of the Day. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah. Tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cap. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt, one of Southern California's largest public adjuster firms. Avner Gatt knows how to fight back when your insurance company makes you feel like a criminal, leaving you with no hope of getting into your home and getting it all back together. With decades of experience and a passion for helping people, Avner and his family take the call themselves. So whether you have a toilet overflow, a broken water line, a burst supply line, a broken fire sprinkler, whatever the water damage is, you call Avner Gat today at 818-917-5256, or you go to avnergat.com. It's 818-917-5256 or avnergat.com. You call, Avner answers, he says hello. Your claim is our game, avnergat.com.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains are rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments in improving your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains, buses, economy parking, and kiss and fly lot, all in 10 minutes or less, and they depart every 2 minutes when they open in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Mason, Ireland, on 710 ESPN.
Shohei Ohtani and I have something in common.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
I don't believe
we do.
Does he call in sick a lot?
No.
Okay.
Right now, more of Mason and Ireland on 710.
All right, it is time for the lie of the day. Nobody got it, by the way. Brian, do you have a guess? Don't guess if you do, but
I don't.
Okay.
I'm stumped.
All right, so I lied about something earlier in the show, and if you correctly identify my lie of the day, you get a $50 gift card from Rigor.com. RIGORER.com. That's the company that makes Austin Reeves's shoes. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a couple of pairs of them between Pepe and I here in studio. They're great looking. Austin loves them. You're going to win a pair tomorrow. Somebody is. And today we'll give you a $50 gift certificate to Rigor.com. All right, first up out of the gate, Javier in Bellflower. Javier, what's the lie of the day?
Yes, sir, John. I believe the story about meeting Sly Stallone.
Good guess. That is not the lie of the day. I did meet Sly Stallone at my friend Tim Yarger's art gallery in Beverly Hills. So, 0 for 1. Angel in Costa Mesa. Angel, you're on ESPN LA. What's the lie of the day?
I believe it's you interviewing Trump at the Garden.
No, that actually happened. Matter of fact, I've shown a video of that to Andy. The last question I asked, which I wouldn't be able to ask in 2025, I said, Mr. Trump, you've been known to date a lot of beautiful women, more beautiful women in L.A. or New York. But now for that, I'd probably be canceled.
No.
But he said L.A. Yeah. He goes, no, L.A. He was super nice when I talked to him. All right, so that's not it. Let's go next to Jacqueline. You're on ESPN LA. Jacqueline, what did I lie about?
Well, my guess was the Sly calling Sylvester Stallone Sly, so I'm going to guess that the second guess I had was that no Laker has ever won Most Improved.
That is a good guess, but no, it's incorrect. 37 years they've given away the Most Improved Player Award, and no Laker has ever won it. As a matter of fact, only one Laker has ever won the 6th Man of the Year award. Andy, you know who it is?
Yeah, Lamar Odom.
There it is. Lamar Odom. Okay, let's go to Chris in Pasadena. Matter of fact, we've had 3 guesses, so Chris, I'll actually give you a hint. My lie does involve a celebrity. It does involve a celebrity, Chris. What was the lie of the day?
I don't know if it was a lie or a mistake, but you said that Artie Moreno bought the Angels from Gene Autry. It was actually the Disney Corporation.
You know what? You're right for that, but that was not an intentional lie. That was just me being a mistake. That's right. He bought Gene Autry sold to Disney, and Disney sold to Artie. But that wasn't the lie of the day. Let's go to Roland in Whittier. Roland, you got a guess? It involves a celebrity.
Hey, John, I think it's that you lied about talking to Burt Reynolds.
Boom! You got it, Roland. I have never spoken to Burt Reynolds. I never met Burt Reynolds before he died. I would have loved to. But, I completely made that up. In my many years of interviewing celebrities as the Lakers sideline guy, I never crossed paths with the great Burt Reynolds. So you, Roland, line 6, Lauda. And Roland now is entered to get these rigorous shoes from Austin Reeves tomorrow. And we're going to give away a pair to somebody, maybe Roland. We had 4 winners this week from Lie of the Day. And we... we'll award those shoes tomorrow. Wait, Roland hung up?
Yeah,
Roland, if you want to win the shoes or you want the
back,
$50, you got to call back. All right, so while we have a minute here before we get to Game of Games, I want to ask you guys something. A lot of college football programs are canceling their spring football games because they don't want other schools to see their backups, okay? Because what happens is they come in, they see their backups, like if the game's televised or if they and they say, okay, we'll offer you more NIL money to leave USC.
Interesting.
So USC canceled their spring game.
Interesting.
Deion Sanders wanted to go the other way. He said, I got nothing to hide. If my players want to leave, let them leave. But I want a spring game, and matter of fact, I'll play against another school and we'll make money on it. So Syracuse calls Deion and says, we're in. We'll come out to Colorado. We'll spend 3 or 4 days practicing with you, and then we'll play a spring game against you. The NCAA said you can't do it. They shut the idea down. Why would the reason they gave is, well, you're pulling kids out of school. Kids could get hurt. What are you talking about? This happens every football season. Most schools have a spring game. Michael, do you understand why the NCAA would put the kibosh on Deion's idea?
Yeah, overreaching and a bunch of spoil sports. But that's a great idea. I'd love to see it.
He would make money. The fans would show up.
First of all, it's the most Deion.
ESPN would televise it.
It's the most Deion thing ever to say, if people want to go to the highest bidder, let them go to the highest bidder. I'm going to make a show out of this.
Right.
Like, it's so Deion Sanders to a T.
Pepe, do you understand what the NCAA is doing this?
No, not really. I think that is crazy. I think that they should do it, and people love to watch football.
Give the people what they want. These schools were all playing spring games a long time ago. And what Deion is actually doing here, Michael, is he's adding an extra game to help his team get ready.
Yeah, no problem with that.
Why wouldn't you want spring football?
No, I'm with Deion on this one.
But it's like a controlled scrimmage, though, right? Not like a regular game.
Yeah,
it's hitting, but
they would have 3 or 4 days of practices, and that's controlled. But the actual game has referees, and you wear uniforms, and you play. And you play
like an exhibition game.
You play it in you play it in a stadium. You know, they might not have kickoffs.
Yeah.
But it's a regular game. And I don't understand. I've said for years, guys, that the NCAA are a bunch of buffoons. We don't need them. Let the conference run the rules, because every time the NCAA gets involved, they wet the bed. And they're just an outdated loser organization that we don't need them. Get rid of them.
It's a weird thing for them to object to when they've been doing it for so long. Like, it'd be one thing if Deion proposed this as a first-time thing and the NCAA objected. They may be wrong for objecting, but you could at least understand, oh, this is new, we're not comfortable with it. This has been going on forever. Like, it's not like Deion's reinventing the wheel with the spring game. This has been happening. It's more unusual that it doesn't happen than it happening.
Right. And I here's like where in all schools, most schools are. Nebraska canceled their spring game. USC canceled their spring game. At a time when college football fans want product. They want things to watch. Here's Dion with coming up with a great idea, and they, like they always do, stick their hands in the pie and screw it up.
But why are you surprised, John? The big organizations that control the sports, FIFA, NCAA, I mean, they want to have the power. And then they decide.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, but I mean, they decide to do crazy things. But just because they have the power, they want to change the things.
Yeah, I wish they would stop.
It's a weird power grab, too. Like the idea of you're trying to gain control over spring. It's a weird place to put your neck
Silly,
out.
very silly.
All right, coming up next, Game of Games. It's Andy Kamenetsky's game. By the way, tomorrow, Andy, will be your Virgin Voyage playing Potpourri of Lies.
You never played it?
I am so excited to lose my virginity.
What do you know about 1930s actresses?
Potpourri is ready.
I know.
Okay. And so coming up next is Andy. Tomorrow it'll be Pepe. And Andy, you got to read?
Yeah, you can join Cappy O'Shea Jackson Jr. and producer Lindsay for a special viewing of Monday Night Raw on April 7th at Hollywood Park Casino. There will be one grand prize of a pair of tickets to WrestleMania in Las Vegas. Reserve your spot at ESPNLA.com. You must be present to win. You must be 21 years or older to win. Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino. LA's premier card room, now open 24/7.
Mason and Ireland, Game of Games is next. ESPN LA.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Ticket Thursday on ESPN LA. We're giving you a chance to experience all the wonder of SeaWorld San Diego on us. From up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Tune in this Thursday for your cue to call and win a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. SeaWorld San Diego. Open your world to something amazing.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code GO to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code GO for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Next Gen is the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. That's right. Next Gen is the absolute best in the biz with thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Clogged drain? No problem. Call Next Gen today to book your $88 drain cleaning. That's right. For just $88, you'll receive a professional drain cleaning to keep your home flowing smoothly all season long. Call 833-3-NEXT-GEN. That's 833-3-NEXGEN for your $88 drain cleaning.
NEXGEN, call 833-3NEXTGEN.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMSS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland.
Game of Games.
Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. Andy Kamenetsky is pinch hitting. Michael Thompson's here. Pepe Montilla's here. Laura Romo is here. Brian Cohen is here. So, Andy, you got 5 players. What's the game?
Well, the game is in honor of Eddie Murphy, his 64th birthday, comedy legend, arguably the biggest movie star of the 80s, single-handedly saved, John, your favorite show, Saturday Night Live, from dying in the
I would
early
argue,
80s.
Andy, that Eddie Murphy is the biggest star ever to come out of Saturday Night Live. And I know that Chevy Chase and Adam Sandler and Tina Fey, I think Eddie Murphy's number 1.
It's not the funniest, though.
It's
But
either,
he's the biggest success.
I would say
Chris
Chris
Farley's the funniest.
In terms of continual box office, it would either be Eddie Murphy or Will Ferrell.
Right.
Maybe Bill Murray.
Yeah.
But probably Eddie Murphy or Will Ferrell. So, in honor... Oh.
I'm so sorry
Bigger name on the other line, Michael?
Sorry to bother you.
That's Roman.
Roman! Hi, Roman!
I'll call you back in commercial break.
Bye, Roman. One time
and-
he called me, Ireland, and Roman was so scared. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm so ugly. I scared Roman.
I don't think that's true. Roman's a kid. All right, Gandy, go
We're
ahead.
going to do a little Eddie Murphy trivia in honor of Eddie Murphy's birthday. Eddie Murphy has said that he considers his first performance ever to be in 1976. At age 15, he took part in a talent show at the Roosevelt Youth Center. His act was to impersonate a soul music legend. Who was it? Stevie Wonder, Al Green, or George Clinton? Stevie Wonder, Al Green, George Clinton. Eddie Murphy impersonated him. John goes first.
He's so good at those.
I've seen him do Stevie Wonder on SNL, but I think
Roman, serious.
I know, geez,
I think it's Andy. I'm going to guess George Clinton.
Okay. Michael goes next.
It's got to be Stevie Wonder.
Okay. Pepe.
It is Stevie Wonder.
BC.
Stevie Wonder.
And Laura.
I believe it is Stevie Wonder.
You believe incorrectly. You're all wrong. It was Al Green.
Al Green.
He performed Let's Stay Together. He is, however,
The Reverend.
reportedly, Eddie Murphy's going to play George Clinton in a biopic, which I cannot wait to see.
All right, so no one on the board.
Nobody on the board.
And 0 for 5.
Eddie Murphy became an SNL cast member during season 6, 80 through 81. In making the cut, he ultimately beat out which aspiring comedic actor? John Leguizamo, John Goodman, or John C. Reilly? Leguizamo, Goodman, or Reilly? Eddie
be
Murphy beat out.
any of those guys.
Michael goes first.
Riley.
Pepe.
Leguizamo.
Brian.
John C. Reilly.
Laura.
Leguizamo.
And John Ireland.
I'm with Pepe and Laura. Leguizamo.
You are all incorrect. It's John Goodman.
Wow.
He beat out John Goodman for SNL.
We are 0 for 10.
Has this ever happened
I don't
that all
think
of
so.
us?
0 for 10.
Oh, wow.
While Eddie Murphy was still a cast member, he became the only cast member in SNL history to serve as both the host and special guest because his co-star of a movie that was coming out was scheduled to host, got sick last minute, so Eddie Murphy filled in. Which actor was it? Nick Nolte for 48 Hours, Jamie Lee Curtis for Trading Places, or Dudley Moore for Best Defense? Nolte, Curtis, or Dudley Moore? Eddie Murphy filled in for at SNL. Pepe goes first.
I'm going to say Nolte.
And Brian.
Curtis.
Laura.
I'll go Nolte.
John.
Curtis.
Michael.
Nolte.
The answer is Nick Nolte.
Oh, we got people on the board.
Hours. So
Michael got it, Pepe got it,
and Laura got it.
Laura got it. Okay.
Yes. Eddie Murphy's film debut, by the way, 48 Hours.
Brian, you and I still alive for the Romo.
No, for the DeAndre.
Oh, DeAndre took an over? Okay.
Yes, he did. I was there for that. It's well known that Beverly Hills Cop was once slated to be more of a straight-up and violent action movie starring Sly Stallone, who John met. Which of the other actors, though, were still attached to that version of Beverly Hills Cop before it eventually became the Eddie Murphy comedic vehicle? John Travolta, Mickey Rourke, or Carl Weathers? Travolta, Rourke, or Weathers was attached to the original version of Beverly Hills Cop? BC goes first.
Carl Weathers.
Laura.
I'll go Travolta.
John.
Who was the other one besides Weathers and Travolta?
Mickey Rourke.
I'll go Mickey Rourke.
Michael.
Weathers.
Weathers.
John Ireland, the only one who got it correct. It is Mickey Rourke.
When you said it was a serious movie, I could see Mickey Rourke being in a serious movie, but nothing funny.
Also, too, when it was originally that version, Martin Scorsese and David Cronenberg had been attached.
Wow.
Yes.
All right, so everybody has one except for Brian Cohen. What's going on, man? You're normally great at these games.
He's going for the
He's
under.
sneaky good, though, like the Dodgers. You know?
Brian
Come back.
0-5.
Eddie Murphy had a number 2 hit on the Billboard Top 100 with the single Party All the Time, produced by the legend Rick James. Which instrument did Eddie play on the song? Guitar, woodblock, or no instrument? Guitar, woodblock, or no instrument on Party All the Time Eddie played. Laura goes first.
All right. I don't know why would put woodblock in there, but I'll go no instrument.
What is a woodblock?
You know the.
Will Ferrell in
Well, he played a cowbell, but it's a similar concept.
I'll go no instrument.
No instrument. John goes.
I'm with Laura. No instrument.
Michael.
No instrument.
Pepe.
With the crowd.
No instrument.
You are all correct. He did not play an instrument. He just sang lead vocal. So now
I was trying
everybody's
to
on the
fake
board.
you guys out.
Yeah, but everybody's still in it too. Everybody has 2 except for Brian, and he has 1. How many you got left?
I think like 4 or 5.
Okay, we're
I
good.
got plenty.
Yeah, we're good.
One that indirectly involves Michael.
Ooh, good.
Which of these Spice Girls did Eddie Murphy have a relationship and eventually a child with? Scary Spice, Sporty Spice, or Baby Spice? Scary, Sporty, or Baby Spice? Eddie Murphy had a relationship and eventually a kid with. John goes first.
I know it's Mel B, but I don't know which Spice she was. I don't think she was Sporty. And I don't think... I'm going to say Scary.
Okay. John. Excuse me, Michael.
Scary.
Pepe.
It's like Michael, very scary.
BC.
Scary Spice.
Laura.
It is Scary Spice.
It is Scary
That was Mel B?
Spice.
Yeah,
That was Mel B.
Okay.
So it is still John and Pepe and Michael in the lead with 3.
I have 3.
No, everybody has 3
I'm
except for
sorry.
Brian. He has 2.
Sorry. Yeah, you've got 2. Which comedy icon and heavy influence on Eddie Murphy did he help pay for the funeral of? Richard Pryor, Red Fox, or Flip Wilson, one of the stars of the Michael Thompson vehicle, The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
That's right.
Pryor, Fox, or Wilson, Eddie Murphy helped pay for the funeral of. I think John goes first now?
I don't mind going first. I'm going to go... Boy, everything's telling me it should be Richard Pryor, but I don't know why you would put Flip Wilson in there. So I'm going to go Flip Wilson.
Okay. Michael.
Pryor.
Pepe.
Pryor.
BC.
Flip Wilson.
Laura.
Pryor.
It's Red Fox.
Damn.
He helped pay for the...
Michael, how did you and I miss that?
Yeah. Well,
You should know that.
Because I knew Richard
You
Pryor was his
big
idol. So I
dummy.
figured-
Richard Pryor was his idol, but
That's
so
what I
was
figured.
Red Fox was one of them too, the
Yeah.
Harlem Knights. Which of these Eddie Murphy sequels grossed the least amount of money? The least amount of money. Beverly Hills Cop 2, The Nutty Professor 2, or Dr. Dolittle 2? Beverly Hills Cop, Nutty Professor, Dr. Dolittle 2. Which sequel grossed the least money?
Boy, that's hard.
Michael goes first.
Doolittle 2.
Pepe.
Too little.
Brian.
Nutty Professor 2.
Laura.
Beverly Hills Cop 2.
I'm with Laura. I think it's Beverly Hills Cop.
It is actually Dr. Dolittle 2.
Pepe got it?
And so did Michael.
All right, so those 2 are in the lead. How many are left?
The immigrants are leading, Pepe.
1, 2 plus a bonus.
Okay, so they've got to go first. Here we go.
I hope Ice doesn't interrupt
It's
this.
4 and 3, right? 4, 3, 2.
Four,
Michael
four,
and Pepe
three,
have
and
4.
2.
John and Laura have 3, and Brian has 2. Brian, you got to go opposite of Michael and Pepe.
Eddie Murphy's one Oscar nomination was Best Supporting Actor in the movie Dreamgirls. He notoriously lost to Alan Arkin, then left the ceremony.
Right, then walked out.
Right. But there was a song that Eddie Murphy sang in Dreamgirls, also nominated for an Oscar. Which song was it? Love You I Do, Patience, or Listen? Love You I Do, Patience, or Listen? Michael goes.
Listen.
Pepe.
Listen.
It doesn't matter.
John?
Yeah. Do I take my shot here? I'm 1 down. Love You I Do, Patience, or Listen? I'm going to say Listen.
BC.
Patience.
Laura.
Listen.
BC getting back into this thing. It was patience.
Which means everyone's alive now. Pepe has to go first, Michael second, then anybody you want. Last one, right?
Yeah, last one, then I got a bonus.
This is the last one?
Yeah, but I got a bonus.
So Michael and Pepe are in front by one. Laura, Brian, and I all one back.
Okay. Which of these Quentin Tarantino movies was Eddie Murphy heavily considered for the role that went to Samuel L. Jackson? Jules in Pulp Fiction, Ordell in Jackie Brown, or Steven in Django Unchained? Jules, Ordell, or Steven, Pulp Fiction, Jackie Brown, Django Unchained. Eddie Murphy seriously considered for that role.
B.
Which
B.
one? Jackie Brown?
Yeah.
Michael.
A. Pulp Fiction.
John?
I have to go C. What's C?
C is Django Unchained.
All right.
Steven?
Yep, C, Django.
I have to go C.
Michael is correct.
Wow!
It is Samuel
Michael
L.
wins again!
Jackson. Jules Winfield. He was on Quentin Tarantino's wish list, which, by the way, you should Google Quentin Tarantino Pulp Fiction casting wish list. It's all the people he was considering before he really was Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
But it was like his
But he couldn't get him yet?
Well, it's his like pie in the sky dream of whoever. It's fascinating to take a look at the what ifs.
All right. What are the standings, Laura, now that Michael has won again?
Okay, so we have Brian with 2, so leading the month. We have Pepe with 1. Ireland, you have 1, and Michael Thompson has 1.
All right, everybody's still in it.
Early in the month.
I like that game.
It's
That was a
your,
good game.
it's your time to win tomorrow. Andy.
the potpourri.
No, I gotta win.
We call it peppery. Peppery.
Laura, you won in potpourri before.
I know, but I need a win, you know. I need to get on the board here, Pepe.
Okay.
Does
Give me some
anybody
credit.
agree with this theory? I have a weird feeling Steph, Jimmy Butler, LeBron, and Luka are going to cancel each other out, and someone else is going to decide this game tonight. Somebody like Austin Reeves, Brandon Pajemski, Gabe Vincent,
Rui.
Moses Moody. Would you guys be surprised if that happened?
Yeah, so the role players have got to step up because the 4 Hall of Famers going to do their thing.
I mean, DFS and Gabe were the reason that the Lakers won the last game. They were incredible.
And Michael, we can't put any stock
often.
in the fact that the Lakers have beaten the Warriors all 3 times they played this year because there was no Luka and no Butler,
Yeah,
right? We got to throw everything out.
Oh yeah. This is a whole different scenario now with Luka and Butler on the different teams.
Boy, Butler, if you study his career, you know, he's been successful everywhere he's been. He burns out everywhere he's been. But boy, when you get him and get his head right, he's as good as anybody. Remember him in the bubble against us?
Yeah.
He basically won 2 games by himself.
Yeah, he created the Jimmy is exhausted meme.
Right.
Like, remember, he hit, I think it was 46 points, and he was just exhausted afterwards.
Kobe wouldn't be tired.
Well,
Kobe be like, let's
the other
play,
thing is,
let's
I
play
went
again.
on. I went on today with KNBR, the guys up in San Francisco, and I told them, I go, guys, are you like me? Do you want Lakers Warriors round 1 so we
No,
get all?
I bet you they don't.
They don't.
Yeah,
they go,
scared
no,
of
no,
the
no.
Lakers.
We want to win. We want to keep going. We want to go deep. And I go, you're a bunch of Steve Masons.
Yeah.
You know, Mason's theory is, I want everybody to get the stomach flu and the Lakers to sweep every series. Michael, you're like me, right? Wouldn't you welcome Lakers Warriors?
Oh yeah, I love that first round.
Number one, it'd be the highest rated first round series in 20 years.
It'd be a lot
It'd be
of
a
fun.
manageable trip, hour flight either way.
Be a lot of fun.
And I think I think both cities, and those are 2 top 5 TV markets, it'd be must see TV. Pepe, how would you feel about that? Lakers Warriors
I
round
like
1.
it. The rivalry is amazing, and I'm so excited about today. Just imagine if they face each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, the big thing I'm really hoping over these last 7 games, Michael, is that nobody on any of these teams gets hurt.
Yeah.
You want everybody. Mace doesn't want anybody to get hurt, but if people wanted to
if they
take a day off or 2,
they tweak an ankle.
he'd be okay.
he'll
I'm never that way. I want everybody at full strength, and I want all the smoke. I want all the best matchups going head to head. Like, I'll be mad if Boston and Cleveland don't meet at some point.
Hachimura's playing tonight, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody's playing.
If
the injury report's
I think
pretty
if they're-
clean
I
last
think
I
if they're
looked.
going to sit people, Pepe, it'll probably be tomorrow night.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Because I think they feel like they may be able to win that game without some people. But tonight, you need all hands on deck, don't you, Michael?
Oh, of course, because this game is important to both teams. The playoffs have already started. Positioning, seeding, all that stuff.
And I think Austin Reeves is going to shine tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing that's interesting about Reeves is we were talking earlier about the fact that I think he's a prime candidate for Most Improved Player of the Year, but JJ apparently doesn't like that award. The one thing about Austin, Michael, is I think he is, every year we've had him, he's gotten better. And I used to think he was a step below this, but now I don't. I had a comp for him the other day. What do you think of this one? I think he's Byron Scott. I think he's athletic. He can create his own shot. He can make a jumper from the outside. Byron, a lot of people don't know this, but on your 88 Showtime team, Byron was leading scorer.
He's a better playmaker than Byron was. Byron was obviously a great athlete, could shoot, could run and jump, do all that stuff. But Austin is one of the best shot creators and one of the best creators in the game. He's just underrated.
Was it you or Momo that said he's more like Manu Ginobili, which makes sense to me.
He's got a real herky-jerky style to his game that I think is a lot like Manu.
Yep.
Like a right-handed American Manu?
Yeah. I mean, regardless of who you think is better or whatever, I'm just saying stylistically, like, Austin can be, I think, really unpredictable the way he plays. Like, a lot like Manu, Austin takes a lot of chances on the court. Like, he's often reckless. I know people think about him as just like, oh, shucks, humble, just from Arkansas, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that dude is downright reckless
he's a baller.
on the court.
Because that's his advantage. People think like that. They don't take him seriously, and he's a very good player.
Is he the best white American player in the game?
Currently?
Yeah.
Is he better than Cooper Flagg?
Well, we don't know what Cooper is yet.
I mean, Tyler Hero? Do you think he's better than Tyler Hero?
He's better than Tyler.
Well, he's a better defender than Tyler Hero at the very least.
Offensively, their games are very similar. Hero might be a little bit
Hero's
of a
better shooter.
Yeah.
Hero is a better shooter.
I don't know about that.
He's getting
I think Austin might be the best white American player.
He's getting to be a
Not to put
better
race on it,
defender.
but hey.
He's getting to be a better
Michael,
defender.
I think we're already
I'm trying to think, is Hero the only other one who'd even be on the list?
Because Hero was an all-star this year. He was an all-star. But I think Austin's got more game than him.
Do the guys who are half white count? Like, does Clay count?
Well, they got white blood in them, of course, but they on their passport they say black.
Well, yeah,
or biracial.
Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about pure white.
Okay, so
Ooh,
biracial.
that doesn't sound too good, does it?
Yeah, the
Keep talking, Michael. You're doing great.
The biracial guys don't count.
No.
Don't ask Michael those questions. You know their answers.
No.
Because you go crazy.
Michael and I will talk about anything.
Yeah, because all the other white guys are Euros, all pros and stuff.
Well,
I'm looking right now at a list of all the teams. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, me too. I can't think of a white guy. Przinski for Golden State. He's way better than Przinski.
Not way better, but he's better.
Way better. He's way better than Brandon.
I like Brandon Pajemski.
Yeah, but Austin's way better than him.
Yeah, most of
he's better than Luke Kennard, obviously.
Luke Kennard's underrated, but
I think he's better than Grayson Allen. Way better.
Ted Cruz look-alike.
That's right, he does.
All right, Game of Games is brought to you by Jacob and Ronnie. Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but Jacob is here when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Pepe, bring us some luck tonight. We need this game.
We need the game.
All right. We'll see you over across the street. Sedano and Cap are coming in next, ESPN LA.
And it is a SeaWorld ticket Thursday on 710 ESPN. Listen all day for your chance to win and experience all the wonders of SeaWorld San Diego, from up-close encounters with orcas and dolphins to the all-new Jewels of the Sea exhibit featuring awe-inspiring jellyfish. There's more to explore than ever before. Plus, set sail on a flavorful journey at the Seven Seas Food Festival. Listen all day to win from 710 and SeaWorld. SeaWorld San Diego, open your world to something amazing.
So Mark Real from Real Fathers writes, I always say on the air, you have to have the right family law firm that is going to get you the happiness you deserve and the justice you deserve.
Really, the legal system is designed and set up for fathers to fail. I set out to create a firm and to create something that would help all men navigate that successfully.
We have a new phone number for Real Fathers Rights.
833-ESPN-710.
And RFR710.com.
Yes, RFR710.com.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Don't miss the historic showdown on April 5th as the USA Women's National Team takes on Brazil.
Tuesday night in Los Angeles, the Kings beat the league-leading Winnipeg Jets 4-1 to sweep the season series with Winnipeg.
Approaching the midway point of period one, up the wall, it's intercepted by Kuzmenko, hands it off to Kempe, left circle for Kuzmenko, over to Kopitar, scores! Crisp and smooth as you like. Logan Stanley, the burly defenseman, stripped to the puck by Kuzmenko. Kings step in with numbers. Left wing, Kuzmenko shoots, scores! The Kuzmenko Show, it just won't stop.
Now, with 2 huge points on the line, the Kings visit Salt Lake City for the first time to meet the Utah Hockey Club. Don't miss the action. Listen to it unfold live at 6 p.m. Pacific on the new ESPN LA app.
Swear to God, every time I got up, somebody stopped me to ask me about the sneakers, and it allowed me to kind of tell them what we were doing, which was pretty awesome.
You got any extra ones with you?
No, we're auctioning them off, so we had to sign them and give them away.
It's fitting that you're in Oklahoma City.
I'm not in Oklahoma City anymore, but that was my point. I had to fly to Sacramento, and now I drove to Stockton because Cori Alexander and I are calling a G League playoff game. One and done, baby.
So you saw the Thunder?
Michael, do you know who the former coach of the Stockton Kings is?
Isn't it Kobe Carl?
It was Bobby Jackson.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Lindsey Harding.
Oh, yeah, she was too. Yes, yeah.
Who's now on the Laker bench, the former #1 overall pick of the WNBA. I actually think, guys, that Lindsey Harding has as good of a chance as anybody, including Becky Hammond, to be the first female coach in the NBA. If JG got kicked out of a game, she would have zero issues sliding into that chair. They would probably make Nate McMillan or Scott Brooks do it, but Lindsey could do it today.
When the Lakers hired Lindsey Harding, Brian and I did a show for Locked On with Matt George, who's the Locked On Kings host. And I mean, he knows that team as well as anybody. He could not have raved more about Lindsey Harding.
Yeah, she's awesome.
He said that the organization was bummed that the Lakers stole her away.
Well, it's interesting.
Let me ask Sedona something.
Hold on, Mike, before you do. Lindsey Harding and J.J. Redick walked onto campus at Duke the same day.
Really?
Yeah, they were both freshmen at Duke. Lindsey turned out to be the best player on the women's team. J.J. turned out to be the best player on the men's team, and they've been friends ever since.
Wow. So, Donna, you were in Oklahoma City for the Thunder game?
I was. I did Thunder Pistons. By the way, the Pistons, man, they were missing everybody. Cade was hurt. Yeah. They had all those guys suspended. And they still made it a game. Like every time OKC got, like they expanded the lead to like almost 20, Detroit fought back. J.B. Bickerstaff, Michael, is the coach of the year in my opinion.
Yeah, he's definitely in the running.
Well,
So
he's
you
got a vote, you know.
So you saw him up close in Oklahoma City, and of course you are very familiar with Miami and the basketball down there with the Heat. So me and Kamenetsky and Ireland and Pepe were wondering. There's 3 guys who are candidates for this. I think nobody else. Reeves, Hero, and Holmgren. Which one of those, Sedano, is the best white American player?
Reeves,
Holmgren, and Hero.
Tyler Hero.
Well, this year I would say, Hero was the only All-Star.
Yeah, but that doesn't make him better than Reeves.
I think Reeves and him are fairly close. I would say I would give this a slight nod to Tyler. I think Chet Holmgren will be that guy.
I do too.
Compared to those two, I think he's got a much higher ceiling than those 2 guys. And then it'll basically between Chet and Flagg, right? When Flagg comes in.
Yeah, we got to see what he can do, yeah.
Right.
Hey, what Oklahoma City has been in the situation there, George, you saw them last night. They were in a situation 15 years ago where they had 3 potential max players. They had James Harden, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. They decided they couldn't pay all 3. They're looking at it happening again now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren.
And Lou Dort wants a new deal.
All right,
Big one.
Okay, so we'll put Lou Dort in there.
Yeah,
too.
he's not
Those
gonna get-
4 players.
Yeah,
if
he's
you
not gonna
gotta
get-
if you got to get rid of 2 of those 4, you're not getting rid of Shea, right?
No,
No,
Chet.
absolutely not.
So you would get rid of Jalen?
If it comes down to finances, where they got to choose between Chet
Jalen
or
was an
Jalen.
all-star.
Yeah, I'd rather have Chet.
I love Jalen, but you got to keep
Here's
Chet.
why I would think about Jalen over Chet.
What?
He plays more. Chet misses a lot of
Yeah,
games.
but you need in the West, John. You need someone to compete against Wemby, and Chet has been competing against Wemby all his life. They've played against each other internationally. Chet has a huge chip on his shoulder when it comes to Wemby.
I love Chet, George. My question would be, and this actually lends itself to a larger discussion. I'll put Chet on this list too. Chet, Zion, Kawhi. I'm probably leaving somebody out. Can you win a title if your best player is always hurt?
Not really.
Well, they're 0 for 3.
Well, Chet's not the best player on OKC's
Okay,
team,
fair
but
point.
he, to George's point, he's really important.
And Kawhi won in Toronto. He hasn't won yet with the Clippers, and
Right.
don't see that happening.
He also won in San Antonio.
That is true.
He did win in San Antonio.
But he also
and by the
wasn't
way,
best player then, was he?
Chet was out. He came into the league already injured. You know what I mean? It was kind of like one of those Blake Griffin things.
Right. I guess we could put Porzingis on this list. Can you
Yeah.
trust him?
Yeah, he's always injured, yeah.
And the hip injury, John, this year is pretty freaky. It wasn't something that was a lingering thing.
Yeah, and here's the one thing I'll say. I've heard many people, Michael, I've heard you say this, that the Lakers aren't going to be scared of Oklahoma City. I'm scared of Oklahoma City. I think they're as deep as any team in the NBA. And George, I don't think they have a big weakness. They might be too Shea dependent, but that's really not a weakness. That's just Shea is awesome and nobody can guard him. I think Oklahoma City is going to be the favorite in the West, and I'm saying this as a huge Laker fan. I don't understand why people don't respect them as much as they should. What do you think, Sedano?
I think people are completely underestimating them, yes,
Me
because
too.
they're of their youth. But here's the thing. If you look at it, 2 years ago, they were in the play-in for the first time. Last year, they got to the second round. They lost to the team that represented the West in a tough 6-game series. They've been through a little heartache already.
They have climbed the ladder that everybody always talks about.
Right.
Well, who would you rather face in the playoffs? You ready?
Yeah.
Would you in first round? Would you rather face Oklahoma City or Golden State?
Well, we're not going to face Oklahoma
Well,
City.
I'm giving you an example. I'm just giving you an example.
A better way to phrase that, Cappy, is if the Lakers win tonight, they get on the other side of the bracket from OKC.
Okay.
So what's more important, that you get as high of a seed as possible or get away from OKC?
I would say get as high a seed as possible. That's my opinion. But I'm just getting at
both happens. If you get as high a seed as possible,
If
you
you
get
get
further
2 or
away
3,
from
you get away
OKC.
from them. Yeah.
But here's the thing: is for some reason, I think tonight's game might tell us a lot. The way Golden State has been on fire, the addition of Butler, the rivalry, if you will, of Steph versus LeBron, that all makes me very, very nervous.
I'm begging for that as a first-round series.
Oh, see, I don't want that as a first-round series.
I do.
Because
you're Mason. You want the easiest road.
Well, right, because I think that because put it this way, you could.
Sedano and I want content. We want ratings.
Yeah, no, I get it. I understand that part of it. I understand the selfish part of it. That I get, but I don't know. What do you think, Michael? That makes me very nervous. Golden State.
Oh, yeah, very nervous to face them, but you can't be scared of them.
No,
there is no easy route in the West. Like there just
There's
isn't
no
one.
easy way out.
There's no shortcut home.
Nice, Andy.
Oh,
go.
hey,
There's no easy way out.
Oh, yeah. No, a little karaoke.
Yeah.
No, this is you know where that song's from, Ireland, right?
Come on,
No,
John.
what,
come
is,
on.
Is that a
Rocky
Rocky
Four?
Four.
Little film called Rocky Four.
Yeah,
Wow.
you know?
If I could change, then you could change.
Right.
Hey, Cappy, when you get to the game tonight, walk up to somebody and say this.
Don't do that to me.
Oh, come
Where are you
on.
going?
It's the